close that. I'll open up the little list of how to play Fate Accelerated, and where I get to see roll a Fate dice. Okay, cool. You know how to play the game now.
Yep. Excuse me, roll 4 fate dice.
Sorry, yeah. So roll some Fate dice.
So I'm really excited to get to play Fate for once. Oh my god, I've only ever DM'd it.
Yeah, sure. And I've only ever played it, so this will be an interesting experience for all of us.
Hi.
Like, watch.
Yeah. Okay then. So, my lovely dears, welcome to a short shot. It is going to be Fate Cyberpunk. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to the glorious cyberpunk nation of Hong Kong. The probably still China, but possibly not. You guys can honestly be the people who decide that. This adventure is, the premise is pre-established, but the setting is not. So I'm going to be leaning on everyone pretty much all the time to just inject random bullshit. I'll probably be using random, like, buzzwords from the, like, half a dozen or so cyberpunk novels I've read, slash Shadowrun, and, you know, all that shit. So, you know, everyone will be drinking their soy calves while they fight black ice on their hard decks. You know, they're gonna have rock hard deck sealant. The smallest down group you've had in a while. Yeah, I mean, that's just sort of how it comes to it. But yeah, the most important part of any Fate game is obviously designing everyone's characters, and the only primer they have is that it's cyberpunk. Literally, fuck nothing else. So, let's start going around the old circle when it comes to, you know, actually playing this fucking game. What kind of characters do you want to be? Because before we even worry about, like, your fucking Fate numbers and where we plug those bitches in, like, knowing the characters is always nicer than then trying to pick a stat line and finding out whatever works for you. Let's start with you, Pets. I see you've picked a name. Describe yourself, and then we will actually put it to mechanics.
A reindeer tar. I'm not even sure what I want to be yet.
That's a great start. Alright, keep that one firmly in mind.
So how does a reindeer target to be in Hong Kong? Isn't it a little
She's from
warm for you?
Canada.
Drunken master. She got drunk and ended up in Hong Kong.
I'm not gonna go
Sorry,
that.
nobody other than DCL is allowed to play monks. It's verboten.
Oh,
I don't even know how. I don't even know how Tor Monk works.
Well, you kick them a lot.
It's probably a lot of kicking. Possibly dick kicking. Yeah, no, obviously, Charlotte Caribou here has come down from Canada. Then I'm gonna let you, you know, think about what would be your aspect while we go through everyone else. Now, just so you know, the aspect is a word or a phrase or a sentence that describes something important about your character. And by their example in the book, it can be a motto you live by, a personality quirk, a description of a relationship you have with another character, something important to them, or any other part of your character that is considered to be vitally important. They allow you to change the story in ways that tie with your tendencies, skills, or problems. So, for instance, if your the high concept of your character aspect was quick-witted hacker, then as you might expect, being faced with issues where one would have to be quick-witted, be it in conversation, technology, or even just making a fast decision in a fight, you could call in that, you know, high concept as the way to define how your character acts. Or indeed, the fact that they're also a hacker means you could probably make up a whole bunch of shit for us to use in regards to hacking, like, yo, I know this, it's a very common type of defense with an easy weakness, but it'll make life a bit obvious for us if we use this weakness. And that's something you can just choose to invent, because that's just how your concept is. Your character would know this, so they do. They think, therefore they is. Or more correctly, actually, they is, therefore they think. So this is jump over to Stray. Stray!
yeah.
What's your character?
I'm playing my shitty OC again because it's a short shot.
It's a fun OC. Big floofy fox girl.
Yeah.
With a plush bosom, and a big old booty, and a horse fingers.
Yeah.
I guess gene modding exists in this particular universe.
Yes, it does. We can safely say that it does now.
I mean, I'm assuming that existed simply because, I mean, have you seen Ghost in the Shell?
Well, Ghost in the Shell doesn't have gene modding. Ghost in the Shell is
No.
cybernetics.
Yeah. Robo Dick. It's fine.
Ah, so you're cyber. So Sophie is of this setting is cybernetic. Very
I,
cool.
but I don't know.
You can decide. Literally, that decision is yours. Indeed, it could be your high concept aspect that you are quite an advanced cyborg. In fact, it just so happens
Okay.
to be you were built by a pervert.
Um,
You know, a little bit too close to the truth, but whatever.
how dare you, madam? I will have you know I am the most serious and sedate member of our group.
But also, still, you know, statistically a pervert.
Pistols at dawn, madam.
Okay.
Alright, so,
And Savin, you've fucking dug right into this, so we will use yours as the example to help others build. Go figure,
No.
the person who DMs this knew what they were doing. So who are you?
I got an idea. So I'm a cat burglar who's a cat girl.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
Let's see here. But yours actually has filled in details. Indeed, you have actually put in a high aspect and a trouble,
Yes.
which is fantastic. Now, the high concept is the most important of your aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, you know, the all-together defining one. And yours appeared to be...
Yep. The one sentence summary of this character is half cyborg, half kitty, all master thief.
Indeed.
And of course her trouble is, ooh, shiny.
It's a very good trouble. Now, for those unaware, the trouble is the thing that gets you into trouble. But yeah, this could be anything from an actual weakness about your character to even, you know, a recurring enemy or an obligation. Like if you have some kind of samurai creed to, you know, fulfill, that's probably going to be a trouble more often than it's going to be useful. Let's face it, that stuff is kind of an anchor. Likewise, you could have an enemy, the evil Dick Dastardly. He always hates you winning the wacky races. We will, of course, allow another aspect. Now, this aspect is probably one that you want to use to define a specialty that your actual high concept might not be specific enough. So, for instance, you have half cyborg, half kitty, all master thief. You have the access to, you know what, 3-person game. We'll go with 3 aspects. Now, these additional aspects could be things like your financial situation, like if you're strong, or if you happen to be flexible in special ways, like essentially the flashcard aspects of your character that you can utilize to essentially give you more things to bullshit at me with. Let's see here. I'll let you go there. And Sophie, let's see here. You have your high concept is that you are a trickster, a mocking fox, and a selfish liqueur de man. And your trouble is that you are callow and myopic. Nice.
Well,
Bring up dictionary words this time. Could have said, you know, young and short-sighted. But callow and myopic is a lot fancier, so you have my approval for that.
oh sure, says the writer to the...
Also, you misspelled myopic. It's cool.
I finally got my core aspect here.
All right, and we can jump to you. A strong Tor, good for carrying basically everything.
I did not fucking spell myopic wrong. How dare you?
I put a C on the end for you. You put in myopic.
Yeah, I had it finished.
Oh, it does not get like that. I see. Weird. I'm so used to those all updating in real time. I apologize. Okay, and Pets, your trouble is that you are a Tor, and so you have trouble doing anything in a world built for 2-legged individuals. So I'm already seeing, then, that you are a rare person, so this cyberpunk city is not accommodating to Tors, then. Is that the case?
Yes.
Okay, then. I can put that in my little notes, that generally Tors aren't catered to in this. And I'm not going to show you my world notes because that would take the fun out of it. Instead, I get to spring them at you on random. Or would you rather know all of the things that you're, bollocking yourselves over with?
Nah.
Awesome. This world
The
is
surprise
not
is way
built
better.
for the Tauric. Excellent.
Which means
See?
they're more common over in Canada, where I am from.
Of course. Oh, I see. The Taurs are a Canadian race. And then good, I get to add. Taurs are Canadian.
Yes.
Which means that's probably going to stand out in Cyberpunk Hong Kong. And now here we go. You have now seen exactly how your concepts impact the ability to, create this whole world that you're actually in.
Striders, of course, come from British Columbia.
Yeah, no, I can believe that. Yeah,
Savin got it.
of course. I think we all did. Writers are from British Columbia. And then also add in nobody likes Quebec.
Nobody
Aw.
does like Quebec. I've been to Quebec. I don't like it.
I haven't. I know it entirely through memes. Like, most of my knowledge of Canada and the US, most of these places are painted as shitholes, apart from all the places in Canada, except Quebec, which is still stated as a shithole. And also New Brunswick, which I understand is like the Boston of Canada.
That's what I've heard.
All right, then. So let us see.
Toronto's
more-
like New York, but cleaner.
Yeah. All right. Savin, I can see you've put in one aspect. You have space for two more.
When you said 3 aspects, I thought high concept trouble.
As in,
and then...
no, there is an optional that you can have 1 or 2 additional aspects. But since there are only 3 of you, I'm going to give you access to 3, just so
Okay.
that you have more, so that you have more capabilities in the world. Generally, that rule exists to create options, and you're going to need them between you all. So I can see you've got one. You've always got a high-tech gadget for the job.
Okay, so we can have 3 more aside from the basically flaw and high aspect.
Yep, quite literally. I'll just pop in little bars for you. Bam. Also, I'm going to just do that to make my life a little bit easier. Bam. High trouble, 1, 2, 3. I'll do the same with yours. High trouble. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
There you go. Easy peasy. And yeah, aforementioned stuff like that is very, very useful in the ways of, for instance, I've always got a high-tech gadget for the job, is one of Savin's ones. And so he can always have a high-tech gadget for the job. It tends to be that unless something goes horrifically wrong for you, I can't take these away from you. So that high-tech gadget is gonna be there for the job. And that might help in some kind of way, or it could create a different situation. But of course, if you're using that aspect and then you fluff the roll like crazy, I'd be like, yeah, but guess whose tool break just got jammed?
Oh no.
Exactly. It might not be a permanent issue, but it might become a flaw that's hanging over you temporarily.
Something I might have to take the overcome action to defeat.
There you go. And it's like, great, now this belt is stuck, I'm gonna have to try and lube the hinge open. But the lube is in the belt!
Bom bom bom.
These are all fantastic and I approve. Alright. Your saddlebags hold everything from duct tape to weaponry. Red.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to come up with 2 more.
I kind of feel like this might be a fun one.
I love it.
There you go. When the going gets tough, where'd you go?
There you go.
Oh,
That's my aspect.
You use a quarterstaff?
Of course.
Awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. And now, of course, I assume this is some kind of sweet ass tech cyber quarter stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. It like folds up into a little baton, and it's got all sorts of gadgets hanging into it. It's probably got like a grappling hook on one end.
Neon as fuck, right?
I don't think it is, because I mean, she's a thief, right?
Ah, of course. Yeah, but there is that crazy part of me that loves when things in Cyberpunk are like stealthy and it still looks like a mirrorball suit and all that kind of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, it's reflective as fuck, but I think it's like made out of some sort of weird polymer so she can sneak it through metal detectors and stuff.
Ah, of course. But however, it is still chrome.
It's polychrome. There you go.
Polychrome. Okay, 1 second. Polychrome is a substance that exists. Visually shiny, but invisible on detectors. Bam! There you go. Look, that just became a thing. Can it be clamped onto the floor to be used as a dancing pole? Well, of course.
Well, duh.
When all else fails, nothing is as satisfying as a swift kick to the balls.
Ooh.
That's a very good aspect. Okay, that's pretty fucking great. Alright, okay. So, next, let us see here. You have your aspects. Now we need your approaches. The approaches are the descriptions of, how you accomplish all these tasks. You can see them as careful, clever, flashy, forceful, quick, sneaky. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy. Whenever a dice test comes up, you can choose with which approach you try to resolve the matter, or you say you resolve them, like, that sounds like a something or other approach. Usually, you want to try and make a case to me as to why you get away with that bullshit. For instance, if you want to carefully traverse a tightrope, or quickly traverse a tightrope. Obviously, I'm not going to argue with you, it's just how you do it. However, if you say, I'm going to sprint across the tightrope, I'm going to say, that sounds quick, not careful. And you're going to be forced to use it like that. So be careful of the way that you, describe when you go into a situation, because I'm going to wait for you to say what you do before I tell you what you're rolling, that's for sure. Because I would like the opportunity for you all to stick your own feet in your own mouths. And in some cases, all 4 hooves. Each of these approaches is rated with a bonus. You get 1 at +3. You get 2 at +2. 2 at +1. And 1 at +0.
I get mine.
Let's see here. Just click in. You have your 3 aspects. Awesome. Sophie, you have Foxy Seductress. You have Sufficiently Advanced Science. It is no different from magic. And you have Energetic Weaponry. Gosh, I wish I had a wallet made of lasers. Interesting. Okay.
You open it up and it's just instantly a rave.
No, you never spelled anything wrong. I'm sure. I never spell anything
I almost thought you
wrong.
made a bad pun.
Nope, it
Wait,
says
the way she read it.
sufficiently advanced science. So, I believe you. You're sufficiently advanced science. There you go. Okay. Let us see. Of course, stunts. So, stunts are special traits that, change the way an approach works for your character. In the same way that aspects are your ability to bullshit your way through a situation, stunts are a way for you to, legitimately add, numbers or rolls or a once per day success to a thing that your character does. A stunt will give you a bonus. This is usually a +2, and it happens for a certain approach in a particular circumstance with a certain action. Let us see here an example. Savin, you have one. Because you are
sure.
a master, because you are a master safecracker. That's the statement. I get a +2 bonus to cleverly, your approach, overcome. That's the type of test, and that is overcoming obstacles when trying to defeat security systems. So that is your approach the action and the situation. Your stunts can be built up like that.
Of course,
There's also once per session stunts too, right?
Yes.
Yes, I was going to say that's those are how those ones work. Then there are the ones where you're going to have to get a little bit more creative, because it's going to involve setting yourself up with a situation, and then that being and then you have a way to succeed, and you will be able to succeed, once per session. For instance, because Sophie has a laser wallet. Once per session, she can expend her wallet in a, to succeed in a forceful approach or something along those lines. You can be a little bit more open with the situation, but you're trading off, openness for only being able to do it once, where you can generally get pretty over the top with your stunts.
So, in my case, because I spent so long living in the shadows, once per session I can conjure up a contact that owes me a favor.
Excellent.
3 stunts. You can have up to 5 stunts, but you're going to be biting into your fate point pool, which is dangerous.
That's what Salted Snake did.
By default, it's the accelerated wants you to pick one stunt, but fuck that noise. Pick a whole shit ton of them. And then yes, refreshes the number of fate points you begin each session with. You start, let's see here. I say but you might not know. If you end a session with unspent fate, and it is more unspent fate than your refresh, then, you're only going to climb up that number. Say you have a fate of 3, and you have a refresh of 3. Then that's not a problem. You can always spend all those fuckers, right? However, if you wanted to have extra stunts, your refresh goes down. You still start with 3 fate like everybody else, but if you have 4 stunts, you have 2 refresh. If you spend all 3, you're climbing back up to 2 instead of, 3. And you see where I'm going with this. You can add 2 more stunts. Not going to recommend it, mostly because first-timers generally want to just have 3 stunts and a bunch of fate, especially since it's a short shot, and I'm probably going to give you a chance to take more stunts in the next session. Let's see here. How many stunts can you have? You can have 5, but you would only have 1 refresh. So you would only ever go back up to 1 fate.
You get 3 stunts for free, basically.
So I'd appreciate it if the stunts in your box are numbered. Makes it a lot easier for me to see them. Okay, we'll let you go through those. Alright, Savin, you've now added as well. Because I am nimble as a cat, I get a +2 bonus to quickly defend myself when I'm in close combat. Very cool. Alright. And you've got one in there. Because I'm a big muscly reindeer tour, I get a +2 when I forcefully overcome, and then we need a situation. So you've got those bits correct.
Yes.
So you've got +2 to forcefully, and that's in the with the overcome action. We still need a situation.
I'm trying to think of a situation.
A flight of stairs.
No. No, that's part of my trouble.
Could be something along the lines of multiple opponents, or
Yeah,
or
I
indeed
like that.
one individual. Like those kinds of things always make sense. Yeah. I want to help you have as many stunts and bonuses and all those fun things as possible. But I don't want you to be too successful and feed you all of your answers, because I would feel bad.
I know. When I forcefully overcome a situation where I'm outnumbered.
Okay, that's a good one. Now, do you count outnumbered as your you and your companions?
Yes, I think
Okay,
so.
excellent. Let's go into the token settings. Blue bar is fate. You can change down your terms of that must be the case. Excellent. I'm excited about the madness that is going to occur. Alright, thus far then, say Savin, is there anything that I have forgotten? I don't think I have, but it's entirely possible.
No, that's pretty much it. Welcome to Fate.
Yay, good. It's like it is my first time DMing Fate, so I knew it is simple. I've fucking played it plenty of times enough to know. It's very different looking and being like, cool, I guess I get to sit back and drink while they finish that.
Yep.
This DMing thing's fucking easy, you guys.
Now, is that second one correct? Do I gotta make that more specific?
Let us have a look. Once per session, I can pull out my rocket launcher and succeed a flashy approach for a big explode. A flashy approach.
Would need to be in a
with a
flashy
big-
attack.
A
Flashy attack, thank you.
Yes, yeah. Also, you appear to have written rocket launcher.
Ah,
The
thank
rocket
you.
slosher.
The rocket Tasha.
Goddamn dog.
How is Rector Ragnarok doing?
Rector Ragnarok took a shit on my couch.
Another +2.
Dolt.
Somebody forgot how to ask to go out today.
Ooh.
Let's see, it was
That's a bad
attack,
doggo.
defense, overcome, and what was the last
Create
one?
an advantage.
Ah,
Creating an advantage is a fun one.
Yes.
Suppose I can explain those, outcomes, actions, and approaches. Since it is very, very simple. And I do love how simple this system is, because it is broken up into 6 fucking steps, and they are the simplest steps, and they are always the 6 steps, no matter the fuck what.
What kind of bonus can you make for a certain thing?
+2.
Okay.
Is the... Let's go up here and take... Okay. You'll have to click out of the stunts box so that I can see the contents update. Ah, thank you. Scribe need to heard that and won't confess his mama. When I gain a +2 bonus to flashy approaches when trying to use my sexuality to overcome a situation. Okay, so it's +2 to overcome, and it is when trying to be sexual. Okay, cool. The Foxy's hands. Once per session, I can flick my tails and turn invisible to both techs and organics. Hopefully, I don't trip on anything. Excellent. 3.
I finished.
But yes, that indeed works out just fine.
So is Sophie magic, or is she like techno kitsune using her tails?
Aspect number 2. Sufficiently advanced science is no different from magic.
Fair enough.
It is a good excuse. And yeah, I suppose we can go into extras as things, as you collect objects or learn things or need to remember things, or like just anything that you feel should be recorded, because it's entirely possible the DM who's making everything up in their head can't remember it for you. Write it down in extras, okay? I'll be doing my best to make sure everything is recorded, but in a lot of occasions I'm gonna say a thing and expect the story to continue, and then you're gonna want to call it in. I'll be like, yeah, I'm sure wish you remembered it, because I fucking don't.
What kind of stunt am I missing?
I mean, you can
don't
have
know how
multiple. You can have multiples of either of them. So you can have multiple
Oh,
like
okay.
+2
So you-
bonuses. In fact, all 3 of them could be +2 bonuses, or all 3 of them could be once per sessions. I mean, I don't recommend that because you're going to find that your character is super weirdly specific.
Now, see,
So
that's
very
just what you do when you're a wizard. You
So-
just have 3 spells.
That's
So I'm
true,
gonna
actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna build in a stunt that is also gonna shoot myself in the foot because that's fun.
Yay!
Okay, I got my 3rd stunt, and I don't have control over my token.
Yep, and that'll be altered una memento. I'm so used to everyone immediately like fucking off with their tokens to random corners of the map and drawing things. I was like, I'm gonna just turn those on in a bit.
You're right. There's a disturbing lack of penises on this map. Here, let me help you.
Yeah, all right, hop to it. I mean, we have all the penises we need right here, Savin. There we go.
Nice.
Good. All right, yeah, we got the flare. Good. Don't forget, you got to make it look like a little ravioli. Donut.
Ravioli, ravioli, prepare your asshole, Leone.
Yay.
Oh no.
Oh, most
Okay, so
excellent.
3 stunts, 3 aspects, approaches, and fate.
7 asses.
All right.
One,
you-
two,
are you okay?
3.
For God's sake, are you okay with me taking that 3rd one with the
Let's see.
trust that I'll do it responsibly, or no?
No, you do have to be specific.
How dare you?
I'm afraid you can't just say whenever
I
it feels to
don't-
your aspects. That's how they work.
Oops.
For those that
Well, I erased the entire thing, but that's great.
what everything in your stunts box.
No, just the 3rd one.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say I just at the moment I heard oops, I clicked into it just so that if you made a save, then it wouldn't lose everything. Okay, I'll click out of that. Everything should be fine. Yes, I mean, yeah, I'm afraid you're going to have to actually be specific. You can't just say I get a +2 to this stat when it seems to suit my character. That's what aspects are built for in the first place, and they allow you to make the rolls, let alone having your pluses. Yeah. Okay, so while you're popping that in, doing stuff in this game is very, very simple. First, and this is always the first step before you do any rolling, if you make a roll and then say a thing, it's never going to count, and I might even penalize you if you roll, see that it would have failed anyway, say something entirely different, and then make a roll. I'm going to be like, nah, that's not how you're getting away with this. So you
No, I look forward to
describe-
tripping over my own words.
Indeed. You describe what you want your character to do, and then you will either be able to make a roll, or someone or something might try to stop you. You always start with describing what you want to do, because that's just how it works. And then you decide what action that would be. It could be creating advantage, overcoming, attacking, or defending. You decide on your approach, and so are you creating an advantage with clever or flashy? Are you attacking with forceful, etc.? And then you roll, and you add your approach as bonus. And then, you might want to modify your roll with aspects. For instance, calling in your aspect of a quarterstaff is not just for balancing, in order to add a little extra to the outcome. Simple. Now you fail if the total of whatever you roll is less than your opponent's total, or lower than whatever the difficulty threshold I've decided an object should be. It's a tie if it's equal, you succeed if they're greater, and you succeed with style if the total is 3 greater than your opponent's total. Simple. Any questions there? We'll go through them step by step as we go.
How about that?
On a roll to overcome mental effects, gaining +2 to what?
I don't know what mental effects are in this game.
There's no such thing as a mental effect. Like, there's no status effects. It's just
Oh, okay.
mental effect is just if something affects your mind, it's a mental effect, I guess.
Yeah, that's just how you would describe it. Any roll to overcome.
So how
But
would
you
it
would need
be
to.
if
Okay,
someone
so
tried to
here,
low jack? How would
this
you
would-
defend yourself if someone were to try to low jack into your mind? Is my question.
okay. Instead, it would be like blah 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 blah. I gain a +2 bonus to cleverly defend myself against mental attacks.
Okay. I'll do that then.
Was my third stunt good?
Because I am faster than most people on 2 legs, I can add a +2 to, I would presume, yes, a +2 to create an advantage in getting places quickly. Rather, it was in a order, +2 to quickly create an advantage or whatever. But yes, okay, yeah, that works just fine.
Yeah.
So
I at least
you did-
highlighted quick for you.
Yes, you did highlight the word quick. I was for a moment confused as to why you put asterisks around quack, and then realized that I just needed to clean a smudge off my glasses.
Also, I put a thing in our Discord that some of you may find helpful.
Fate.
Yes, in the Fate chat.
Yeah, you put a little quick reference. Nice.
Yeah.
Should make that into a handout, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Give me the briefest of mementos.
Oh, okay, that's how it works. In my defense, I played Fate once.
Yep, that's fine. I don't blame.
I've never played Fate. I just run it.
I'm just so used to certain aspects defending against certain attacks. Thanks D&D and every other tabletop game in existence.
There you go. There's the quick reference sheet is now a handout in the game. Nice and
Thank-
simples.
So did we already get to consequences or no?
Consequences are what happened to you in the adventure. So you see
okay.
the stress boxes there on your character sheet?
Yes.
You can only mark one of those per hit you take. So let's say you take a 5-point hit. You might mark your 3 stress box, but you have 2 more stress. You can't put that in the 2 box because you've already marked a stress box. So now you have to take a consequence, which are ranked mild, which is 2, and then there's a 4 and a 6-point consequence, which get much harder to get rid of as you go up. And basically a consequence counts as an aspect, so the GM can compel you on it, and you'll get a fate point for it, but also you can't resist the compel.
Correct. So, for instance, you fall over, and you fall over real hard, as in down a couple flights of stairs, and you take 5 damage. Fill out your 3 box, and I go, also you happen to have the aspect broken leg. It's a pretty serious one. Of course, you can try to overcome this or, resolve that matter by splinting it or something, but until the moment comes where you can actually try and resolve this consequence, I'm gonna be able to do things like run and be like, yeah, of course you would love to do that. However, that leg is really hurting, and you fall over again. I can do all sorts of shit like that. Well,
And-
I didn't say fall over again. Like that leg is really hurting.
And mind you,
Okay,
the
okay.
severity of a consequence also determines when you can get rid of it. Like, a mild consequence goes at the end of the goes away at the end of the scene, but a moderate consequence doesn't go away until the end of the next session. And a severe consequence isn't going away in this adventure at all.
Cool.
So be careful when you take consequences. They can stick around for a bit.
Let's see, have you got your consequences in this? Ah, you do. Excellent. Good. This little cheat sheet is delightful.
Yee. Glad I found it.
I like the aspects. Establish facts. Aspects are true. Affirm details about you in that world. You know where I said, you make up fucking everything you want to. Go ahead and do the thing. Yes, you should also by now have control of your tokens. Feel free to give them a shifty around. Bloop.
It'd be up here,
Bloop.
hanging out on the rooftops like a real Master Thief. Actually, no, wait. I can be up here. Tightrope walking across from skyscraper to skyscraper.
Yeah, obviously up here because if it fits, it sits.
Ah, yes, of course. That's why I came all the way up here.
Of course,
Just
yes.
had
Just
to
to
go
get
sit
to
on
that
box.
one thing to really awkwardly stand on. Pets, are you able to move your token around?
Hang on. Yes.
Good so far, Scout.
Excellent. Yep.
Now, just to reiterate, my character is actually a human. She just has cybernetic cat ears and tail.
Of course.
So not actually a cat, technically.
Oh god, we're in Radio Nowhere if the nukes didn't fall.
But then the government took over.
I don't know, it's even worse.
Just as bad. Well, you say even worse, but then there's, giant mutant pachyderms that act for hives for insects. It's pretty gross.
Ugh.
Yeah, you don't want to be in Radio Nowhere. It's not great.
Although there is 3 Dog on the radio.
I
It's more
mean,
like Snoop.
excuse me, it's quadruple Bork,
Ah, of course.
and she's delightful.
Okay. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it, like 3 Dog?
You need quad bark.
Well, on top of that, Radio Nowhere's based on the West Coast, not the East Coast, so
I don't know what that fucking means. I'm English.
I'm American and I don't know what that applies to in this case.
3 Dog was in the Capital Wasteland in Washington, D.C.
Sure, but does that mean that you couldn't have a quad Bork in a place that acted like them?
How dare you? Also, I'm not competent enough in my DM skills to literally make 3 Dogs, so no.
Fair.
He's too charismatic, come on.
Sha-na-na-na-na. It's the motherfucking 3D OG. No, it doesn't work with that like that. Whatever. But okay, everything is working and fine, completely as intended, and nothing is going to explode. You're all confident to get underway.
You just
Quad
said
root.
nothing would explode, and
purpose.
then my
Apart from on purpose.
as soon as you said nothing would explode, Firefox told me that tab crashed. Thanks, Scout. You're a champion.
Alright, let me know when you're ready. Quadru? That's pretty good. Roos are superior to Borkings. Although to be a Bork is still the best.
Alright, fucking finally, I'm back.
Alright, awesome. So, my lovely dears, we now have a established trio, a professional team that knows how to get into places, get out of places, and usually do so intact and with, profit involved. How'd you guys all meet? Is this your first job together, or are you an established crew?
I want to say we're an established crew.
Okay, sure. So you've done a few jobs in the past?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
2 or
so, yeah.
3.
Alright, awesome. Something went particularly well with your last job. What was it?
We made out with a piece of really cool, unique prototype technology.
Excellent.
It was pretty sweet. Definitely wasn't the next new wave of self-pleasure toys. No, in all seriousness, it was a very great computer chip.
Alright, cool.
You've
Now
heard
then.
of
Is there a group or individual that wants this prototype technology?
Yeah, the people we stole it from.
It is wanted back by the people who stole it. Alright, now who would like to be the person to roll 40F?
Oh god, Savin, not me. Don't make me do
Yes!
this.
Alright, /r space 40F. I believe it's built into Roll20.
Sure is. Wow.
Wow. Okay. So, this group is aware of you, because they're very good at their jobs. You did not want to roll well this time. You kind of wanted them to be like Officer Barbrady, but it turns out these guys are like MIB.
Damn it!
God damn it, Winter! Why didn't you let me roll?
I didn't know.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to tell. The moment you said don't let me roll, I was like, that's right, don't let him roll. It is wanted back by the people who it was stolen from. They know who you are. Their name is the Geico Corporation.
What?
No.
Really?
I was just
They're,
trying to think of a
Gecko
random-
Consolidated.
There's yes, Geico Consolidated.
Gecko. Come on. Geico's
Gecko.
copyrighted.
Yeah, sure. Consolidated.
Somebody's watching
That's-
me.
That's not how fucking cyberpunk things go. Remember, it always has to be a Western name and like a Chinese or a Japanese name together, like Wayland Yutani.
Of course.
Sorry, it's Geico Senpai Consolidated.
Exactly.
Geico-chan.
It's 0 out of 10. Please no.
Consolidate. Fine. Yeah. All right. Gecko Senpai.
Oh my god, no. Sorry.
Yep. Amazing. They know who you are. And also, well, I was going to say something went wrong in that job. What was it? But I believe that would be the job itself went particularly well. However, Gecko Senpai know who you are. They noticed you.
Oh no!
No.
Senpai noticed me.
Indeed, it is probably a tagline in the underworld that they will notice you if you steal from them. And, well, you tested that theory. Thought you were good enough. Although the job itself went well, they noticed. Now then, for this job that you are about to undertake, you have one friend who can assist you. They work in the hotel. What is their name, and what do they do in the hotel?
Well, I mean, clearly we're working for him. The person that we know in the hotel is clearly simply known as the bartender.
Ah, yes, of course, of course.
Although the person we took the contract for, if Gecko Senpai Consolidated was the one we stole from, we're
Oh no,
working
they have
for
nothing to do with this job. They are an unrelated party to the mission you have undertaken. That's just something for me to
Alright,
fuck with you
now-
with later.
Now call me crazy and or call me a altered carbon thief. But what if the bartender is an AI one of us hacked into to make him our friend?
Alright.
Oh,
There you go, you will get to add to them in pieces.
and clearly the person that we're working for is Tam Kohai, right?
No.
Oh, you
You
suck.
know what? Alright, Tam Kohai. No, okay, I don't want to go with Senpai and its affiliate side names. Now, obviously it's going to be Tam Nokia.
Oh no, it won't break.
Tam Nokia. Okay, sure. Alright. So I suppose I should tell you what your job is, now that we have established this information, because of course we needed an in for you, which was very important. So, you have a Mr. Johnson, aka code for an anonymous individual, who has scoped a job for you. Easy peasy. You're pretty sure that it is meant to be major company espionage thanks to a little bit of early hacking. The job itself is simple. There happens to be a safe in the top of a hotel, and that safe happens to contain a disk. And that disk has on it information that is valuable. However, you're pretty sure that your Mr. Johnson actually works for Tam Nokia, the company that you're technically stealing from right now. At least it would be hard to explain how he got that information without it. The issue is, you can't just not take the job now. You're a known group. So you've got to complete the heist. You have to plant information that makes it look like not yourselves, and you have to make sure that you aren't used as scapegoats by your Mr. Johnson. That is it in a nutshell. Break into a hotel, steal a thing, plant false evidence, and get out alive and unscapegoated. Any questions? Because now is the time to begin asking them, because then I get to answer them and invent that answer on the spot.
What's the security like at the hotel?
The hotel itself looks like a very basic building from the outdoors. Indeed, this picture is basically what you're going to be looking at. It is particularly tall, a high-rise building, such as it were.
Snippy, you're late.
Yep, too late, Snippy. The game has begun. It is a foot, and also a chair, and also a leg.
Oh, so much. It's so little, but yet so much.
You might get a chance in for the second session of it, but by this point it is established and underway.
God damn it.
Yep, where were you at then, huh?
Out and about.
Getting shit-faced and killing cockroaches? Fighting
No.
Germany?
Stuck in rain.
In the rain? Oh, delightful.
Delightful indeed. Carry on.
Alright. So yes, the hotel itself looks pretty simple. It looks like a gritty shithole in the middle of a neon Hong Kong street. Looks relatively unkempt. However, you're aware that they have a pretty advanced AI. In fact, they have multiple advanced AIs. One for security, one for inside operations, and one for like guests and data. There are some actual guards. They appear to be one of Tamno Kia's own resident police force. They happen to own this block. And there are defense turrets.
Oh, goody.
Now, if I know anything about cyberpunk settings, because I live in one, clearly, did they hire a morally ambiguous PMC where everyone is wearing complete face covering masks so we don't feel bad when we kill them company?
I just said that they have the polices in their pocket for this area. They have the Tamno Kia local police. Oh, of course, yes, sorry. They have the Tamno Kia local police working security details, and they are also the police. So they would probably arrive to like 911 calls.
All right.
That's an idea.
Yes.
I'll just call 911 from, like, a location not that far away to, drive off
It
a
would pull
little,
away it would pull away the police. It's unlikely it would steal away the police working as local security. It's
No.
more a warning that if 911 is called at this hotel, you might be in trouble, but certainly spoofing a call might buy you some time in an instance.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if things go south, we can spoof a call before this call gets out. So, where is our target? Is it just at the top like a normal penthouse, or is it, at the heart of the building surrounded by 3 feet of Duracrete?
It is in the penthouse suite, as one would suspect. However, the penthouse suite is very, very obviously fortified, and it has its own, a local network of defenses that are not tied into any of the 3 AIs, who are named the security, the accountant, and the bartender. Now, you don't know anything else about that penthouse. It appears to be a recent build. You can certainly try to find that information out, though.
Well, who here is good with computers?
Wasn't that you?
I can be me.
Hey, me, I'm the muscle.
All right.
You're the muscle.
Okay.
So Sophie's the face, Charlotte's the muscle, and I'm the tech. All right.
Yeah,
I think so.
seems
Sure.
about right.
Yeah, I'll try and do some deep digging into the city's archives, maybe hack some minor nodes from Tamnokia, see if I can pull up the plans for the hotel, get them blueprints.
Okay then. What approach would you like to make to create an advantage? That advantage being knowledge about the penthouse.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to get caught by all this, so maybe sneaky or else clever.
I would like a. You know what? Since you're avoiding attention, sneaky. You can
Alright.
sneakily recover information to create an advantage about the penthouse.
Okay, guys. Good luck to me. Hey, I rolled a whole +1.
Okay, I mean it ain't too bad. Okay, so
Go
while
fate
you did
dice.
some digging around, you happened to come across a commissions company, and they happened to install one feature about this penthouse. What was it?
I think it was the windows.
All right, so there happens to be something you know about these windows that might come in handy. What would that be?
I want to know about the security that it uses, like how to get in through the windows.
Excellent. Okay then.
Because
Oh
obviously,
boy,
I'm not.
Windows.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to go in through the front door or something. A master thief comes in from above.
You know the face BA and Hannibal. All right, the windows of the penthouse. In fact, I'm going to start doing little text boxes and stuff because that seems like a smart person thing to do. Let's make that in bright yellow. Up to here, nice and clear and big and obvious.
Oh yeah, do you want to give us like cute fate point tokens too, or should we just use the bars?
Of course, I'll give you little fuck cute tokens. Let's see here. I'm sure I've got something good to use in this situation. Maybe with just laser snakes.
Laser snakes.
So, because he joined late, are we not letting him in?
He can hop in for the
Snippy
next
just gonna
session
sit
just
there
because we did all of this establishing. He will be a person inside the hotel that you meet later.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
he
god,
must
it's
have
actually a
jumped in
snake
when
with
I
a
wasn't
laser.
here.
Yeah, it's a snake with a laser. Don't fuck around.
Snippy, you have to be Murdoch.
You go. I've never watched that show.
What the fuck is a Murdoch?
Okay, so apparently I'm the only one who's ever seen the A-Team.
Yeah,
I've
I
actually
haven't.
never watched the
I
18.
have not.
You fucking people.
It was never really a fucking thing here. If you wanted to watch it, you had to be up like at 3 a.m. watching things that weren't cartoons or pornography, which was never going to happen.
Okay, simply put, Murdoch is the insane guy who knows how to pilot literally everything, but he's also literally insane. Come on, Snippy, you were born for this role.
Are you implying something about my lack of sanity?
Yes.
Yes?
There you go. I've got a whole bunch of fate snacks just in case we need them. Very
kept-
important.
And he kept pulling firearms from places that you wouldn't be able to hold a firearm in. It was really weird.
That's
One time he-
right.
Well, one time he pulled a Thompson out of a glove compartment.
You could fit the Thompson in the glove compartment. You just have to cut down the stock.
All right.
And you can actually
the
remove the
penthouse,
stock.
The penthouse windows have a meltable seam. The bonding that is used for these bulletproof and otherwise impenetrable windows happen to be meltable by a certain product. By applying it to these, weatherproof bonding seals, the window will simply fall out.
Is that product acid?
It is a type of acid. You are able to acquire it. In fact, it's probably called like Nexa paint. And there was a big suing after people tried to use it to, like line their decks, and it happened to rust everything underneath.
That'll learn them. At least they didn't try drinking it.
Oh yeah, no. There's already been a failed company called Tide Pod. They went down after a dragon blew them up.
Alright, well.
Right. Now then. So you have this information about the penthouse windows. Presumably that would be the measure of entry you would like to use to get into this place.
I mean, that's what I would like to use.
How am I getting in?
Yeah. How's Sophie getting in?
I mean, not only am I fairly flexible, but I can just kind of walk through the front door.
Okay. So tell you what. Would you like to create some advantage of your own for getting into the hotel? And if so, would you like to try and, tell me what you would like to do?
I can just walk into the hotel Ocean's 11 style and go to the bar.
Well, have you got a reservation?
You can go to a hotel bar without a reservation.
True, you can go to the bar.
I think what Scout's asking, what preparation do you want to make before we do this? Like, do you want to go get, like, some fancy clothes to...
Or, like, a fake ID or anything like that?
I mean...
Something so that there is an advantage that you can throw fate points at to make your life a little bit easier.
Clearly, I'm gonna go out and buy a box of augment shoes. Because, I did ask for this.
Alright, you're picking up augmented shoes. Alright, would you like to, how are you getting them? Do you happen to have a connection?
No one likes my references, even though I know for a fact you played this game.
Look, I'm not going to comment every time someone makes a Cyberpunk reference. Are you fucking kidding me? That's gonna be the whole game.
Yeah, augment shoes aren't shoes. They're a cereal in, what's it called? Adam Jensen, the game.
Deus
There we
Ex?
go.
Deus Ex.
Yeah, Adam Jensen, the game. Okay, anyways.
I didn't
so,
ask for this.
Yeah, I'll stop being difficult. No. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to get myself a fake ID. But this is Hong Kong and no one ever gets carded, so I won't really need to use it for people to call me, to not believe my name is Sophie. And I'm probably just going to get myself invited up into someone's hotel room.
Alright. I have...
I'm gonna honey trap.
I'm
Alright,
just gonna
so
actually
how-
make
so
a
how-
reservation.
Yeah, how would you like to locate a mark then, if you're wanting to create an advantage for yourself? Again, I'm expecting you to roll to create an advantage, and it will also tell us how good that advantage is.
Oh yeah. So, who left?
Snip.
Oh, that was Snippy. Okay. Well, so clearly I am going to use my, poured into this, half-zipped bodysuit image. And I am going to, flirt with a Japanese businessman. Because those will always exist, especially in Cyberpunk.
Alright, so yeah, you can flashily flirt yourself up away into someone's room. Give me a roll.
Boop, boop. Approaches. Hey, I remember from the other game, I can actually click on approaches
Yep.
and then add a +2 from there. Look at that. Nope, that's a 5. It didn't work. So that's a 5, but sorry.
Is
didn't
it a
come up
5?
with
That should
value.
not... It's got a +3 on it for your flashy.
I used
the
a flashy
total.
and a flashy +2.
Oh, that's +2. Okay.
Yeah, but I clicked on approaches, and then I tried to, and then there was no value to input afterwards. What am I doing wrong?
Flashies. No. Okay. Don't know why I did not query you.
Hang on. Let me try again. Nah, man,
No.
it's literally not letting me
That
add
is
any
really, really weird. What happens if I just click
Uh,
flashy? Then it just jumps to it anyway. I don't know why. You can. Oh, it's fine. You can just always say +2 or whatever. We're smart
Okay.
enough.
Okay, it was a 5.
It was a 5. Okay. Mr. Shiatori wants to bang me. I'll give you a free call of that. You can have a free fate snack on Mr. Shiatori wants to bang me. Also, nice test rolls in there. So, pets, you want to enter with a reservation, but what kind of advantage would you like to create for yourself as preparation for this entry?
I don't know. Any suggestions here?
I mean, you're a tar, right?
Yep.
You're a tar, and Canadian, generally considered the most likable country on the planet, right?
Yes.
But no one's
Uh,
likable. You're in cyberpunk land. But yeah.
except for Canadians.
Aha!
No,
Okay.
see, that's where you're wrong, because Canada got annexed by the U.S., so...
No, that was Fallout, and then they got nuked.
Or Canada.
So, anyways, well, I mean, you're nice and Canadian. You could literally just
Be polite.
try to walk. Yeah, be very polite, and then excuse yourself to the restroom. And if anyone confronts you on you're going the wrong way, you just say, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm very, very Canadian, and I got lost."
Ooh, I know. Create an advantage that you've ingratiated yourself with the staff. You're so polite and so nice to all these people who are used to being just shit on by everyone who comes through their door that they automatically like
Exactly.
you.
I love it.
All right then. Would you like to do so cleverly or flashily?
Let's go flashily.
All right then. Would you like to roll to flashily create an advantage for yourself?
Yes.
Wow, you guys.
God damn.
This is gonna be a fucking easy game if you can keep that shit up. All right.
Okay, we found someone who can roll fate dice, and then after
Stuff
this, I'm
fucking
terrible.
love me.
Thank God.
And you get a free fate snack for it.
That's
This is like the opposite of the last Fate game I played.
There we go. Alright, so these are the advantages you have created for yourself in the first place. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit and give myself some more screen to work with here. And we'll make myself a little fate pool where I can hide all the mischiefs in. So I'm going to start with one in this pool that I might be able to use to incur. In fact, no, one per person.
Yeah.
Sorry, is the actual thing that I can use to incur against you. These advantages have free uses on them, so it does not come out of your fate pool, but they will still feed me points to play with you with.
Only if they're used against an NPC, I think. How does that work again?
Hmm?
There's something special that you only get fate points back if...
You get fate points back for your. If I use your aspects against you, I can be like. Huh?
I meant the GM gets fate from us if we use a fate point against, or in a specific situation.
I get your fate points when you use them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbers NB
I'm
said
generally
something.
going to have a lot unless you guys start just, stacking them up. Still getting work messages, just going to hide those out of the way and worry about that shit later. You also confirming as well the fate rules.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're correct, and sorry, but
No, okay. If that is the case, then please do correct me so we can completely not fuck it up.
second goddamn wiki. There's so little information on fate points.
As a GM, you don't need fate to track fate points for each NPC, but that doesn't mean you get an unlimited number. Start each scene with a pool of 1 per PC in the scene. Spend fate points from this pool to invoke aspects and consequences against the PCs. When it's empty, you can't. However, you can increase the size of your pool when a player compels one of an NPC's aspects.
There
add
we
the
go.
fate point to your pool.
That's right.
If that compel ends the scene, or when an NPC gives in, instead add those fate points to your pool at the start of the next scene.
Right. So when we compel NPCs, you get the fate. Otherwise, they just disappear into the aether.
Excellent.
That's what I did wrong in Mouse Guard, and that's why that owl had like
Right.
999 fate points.
That's right. Excellent. So yes, people will have aspects. Say, in fact, speaking of, you know one aspect of the AI, the bartender, and that is we have hacked the bartender. Or I was hacked.
That's right.
So if that ever comes up. Indeed, maybe I've got little fancy tokens for the AI. What's a good fun one for robots? Just grab a bunch of fancy robots. There you go. The bartender. Name. Nameplate. Aspect. I was hacked. Easy peasy. Now you guys can see that. You know, someone you know about, it's probably going to come up, so, you know, whatever. Just keep most of my fate snacks over there.
Gonna be honest, I was expecting something more like this for the bartender, but alright. Giant combat robot works too.
Like what?
Like the one he just linked. What's his name? Mr. Fister from Tits.
James.
That's what he does.
James. Yeah, it's
I
kind of a
mean,
fist bump.
yeah, it's not his fault he doesn't have a penis.
I
All right,
mean,
Night Trap's bartender, right?
to get a free drink, you have to get fisted. So his name is Mr. Fister from now on.
He just loves to give you a helping hand.
I'm going to tell Monty this.
Yeah, well, maybe Monty should have thought better of it.
He didn't know.
He didn't. Now he's known as the writer of Mr. Fister.
Yep.
Oh god. Alright. So are all the windows in this hotel bulletproof or just the penthouse?
The penthouse is exceptionally quote-unquote bulletproof, but all of them are considered to be so, yes.
Okay. Just asking for reasons.
Of course. This company, like, these ones are the only ones that will fall to the sealant trick. So
Right,
you're
right.
aware.
So here's my plan, guys. You two get into the hotel and disable or hack or otherwise mess with the security AI so it doesn't raise an alarm while I sneak across the electric wires and get up to the penthouse. You take out the security, I'll melt my way through the window, steal the thing, hop back out before the AI gets back on. Boom, Dunskies.
Well, then you should have told me that before I flirted with Japanese businessman number 36 rather than the security guard.
No, he's more of a pork chow mein kind of guy, but sure.
Oh, I see how it is.
See, look, we can all make terrible shit jokes. That's the whole point of this game. But okay then. In which case, my dears, the game is afoot. It is foggy and muggy. The air quality can be likened to being slowly suffocated by a lungful of gravel, but you know, it's the same as it always been, and you're probably pretty used to it by now. It is midnight, so the drinking has just started for many. Drunken Hong Kong businessmen and women stumbling out into the streets. Hollow flashing neon signs are giving everyone terrible headaches that are probably beaming, you know, secret advertisements into them to buy more alcohol. Also, don't forget to get to Taco Hell. Consume, consume, consume. Indeed. Thankfully, threats of rain appear to have passed you guys by, and I would say you have a clear sky, but smog isn't really qualifications for clear, but you know the look. It's as good as it's going to get. Where are you? What do you do?
I think we're walking down the stairs towards or walking down the street towards this hotel. Getting ready to enact the plan.
Sure. As you approach the hotel itself, you can see that there is a... you've probably seen them before. It is a Nokiha business taxi. They do business around Nokiha Street, as you would expect. The taxis are automated. There is a very simple virtual intelligence program that receives money. It dishes out rather reprehensible fines for being sick within their conveyances, so they're one of the few things that are actually clean on Nokiha Street.
All right. Well, I assume we're gonna split off at this point, Ocean's 11 style, while the theme music's playing behind us. So I'm going to go to the hotel bar, and I'm going to enter separately of the group
All right, excellent.
because I've got a Mr. Shiatori to seduce.
Excellent. Okay, then. And yeah, if that's the case, you're going to be the first one to enter. Now, Savin, you want to get up onto the opposing building?
Yeah,
Would that be
absolutely.
correct?
I'm gonna do some acrobatics and go up the fire escapes, all Daredevil style.
Okay. Now, cyberpunk dystopias aren't quite known for their particularly up-to-date fire codes.
Of course.
So fire escapes is not something you're going to be able to scale endlessly. There are probably like a number of like very shit apartments that happen to have balconies. But if you're looking to climb it externally, you're looking at quite a, well, challenging test. It might be possible for you to move around, you know, through the internals of this building. However, that would require getting through an electric security door or an entrance and welcome gate.
Nah, I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Gotta style up on this shit. Gonna go from balcony to balcony, grab a clothesline and pull myself up it.
All right.
Probably end up scaling like one of these huge flashing neon signs and taking a breather inside one of the, letters that's gone out over the years and make the rest of the way up.
Okay. Your leaping acrobatics sound like they could either be considered quick or flashy, whichever you would like then.
Alright, I will roll quick.
All right.
I guess it's gonna go great. I promise.
Okay. So it is going to take you a while up there.
It's fine.
I will let you know when you make your way to the top. However, you haven't rolled so shittily that you're going to be an exhausted mess and totally capable when you get up there. So that's always nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's take my time.
Excellent. Okay, and you begin your climb. Now then, you are entering separately into the hotel. Is Sophie going first or second for the purposes of entering separately?
I assume I would go first.
Okay, then, excellent. So you are walking up to the hotel. You can see that there is a doorman. He's wearing a heavily padded stab vest. You can see resting at his side is a stun baton. The other side is a taser. And you probably know to look for it. There is a bulge somewhere in his jacket that is probably going to indicate some kind of actual firearm. Probably a very cheap standard issue piece of plastic, but, it still shoots bullets and bullets hurt.
Cool.
The doorman will look you over. Are you carrying anything extra illegal on your person? Just asking. Oh no,
Uh,
polychrome is far too nice. These guys just have plastic security pistols.
Oh.
all right. Well, this is what I'm wearing, so you tell me.
All right, let's take a peek at you. Hmm. I mean, you have a belt. He'll give you a quick look over. Let's see here. Just gonna. F+1. All right. He's going to look you over and try to discern if you are a threat. Let's see here. What he learns about you is the aspect that you are a foxy seductress, so that is probably fine. I imagine you're going to get through just okay.
Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly, like your bro back there said. Yay! Yes, you are. You are permitted entry to the hotel. You'll nod politely, possibly give you a little wink. That's just very high. Awesome. Next level baked. Ah, of course.
Nice.
Always good times. Yeah, of course. Sure. Legal. Wink.
All right, it is actually legal in your state, isn't it?
It is actually legal there, yes.
Yep. Very well off.
Yeah, I imagine they fucking are. Very well off. It's a pot. And probably some other stuff, but mostly pot. Yeah, okay. Sophie, you gain access into the hotel as you get out of the smoggy Hong Kong night. You are treated to instead like the faint scent of incense filling up the foyer to this location. Up ahead, you can see that there are a couple of lifts that will take you deeper. There are 2 stairways. It's a very identically placed building, as in most entryways will mirror themselves. To your left, you can see that there is an office with a little security symbol. There is a clerk's desk. There is a trolley boy, and then off to the side is the entrance to the restaurant/bar.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do the plan as I stated earlier. I'm gonna go to the hotel bar. I'm going to find pent-up Japanese businessman Mr. Shiatori, and I'm gonna have him take me up to his room.
All right, excellent. When you get to the bar itself, you can see that it's being courted by a number of individuals. At least one other person is here for, well, the more obvious of your professions being here, presumably not to break into an ancient safe. Now, does Sophie ever scan for threats?
I mean, for self-preservation, yes, but she's not expected to be the one to be in any danger. She's the face, you understand.
Of
And
course, of
on top
course.
of that, she's rather myopic.
Very true. So, in which case, I'm going to say, don't worry about this. It's a totally normal thing that I'm rolling. You don't have to worry about it, and it's fine. And it is fine, so you don't have to worry about it.
It's completely fine.
Everything is awesome when you're part of the
She-
team.
She never suspects that any of her actions could have a negative blowback.
Yep, excellent. This is the best outcome, obviously, the truest of futures. And yeah, there are a couple of sexy/attractive, handsome individuals that are at the bar, and then there were also a lot of very haggard-looking, I just got off work 20 minutes ago looking Japanese businessmen.
Well, yeah, of course. They're the ones with A, the most money, and B, the most desperate, and C, the most kinky.
This is known to be true. Yes. Let's see, furious Takataka. All of China
It's-
is Japan now.
Oh, okay, that
And
makes
on-
sense.
And on top of that, Hong Kong is literally one of the most popular vacation slash business ports
Foreign
of Japan.
businesses. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. You will actually find a very large number of Japanese businessmen and Chinese businessmen tend to actually not do the same, like, stay out until 3 a.m. get shit-faced thing that the Japanese have in their culture.
I know this because I watched altogether too much anime when I was younger.
Hooray! But yes, no.
Ah!
The reality is, as well as that, you could basically make that shit up. You said Japanese a whole bunch. I was like, fuck it. You know what? China was conquered by Japan like a couple years ago in a Globo Megacorp corporation takeover.
Well, I
It
mean,
was a rather dramatic swing in the face of the Nintendo's X-release.
well, I mean, if you want to go historical, technically the reason why there's so many Japanese businessmen in Hong Kong is because the British conquered Hong Kong and then made it a center of trade.
Yeah.
So the Japanese followed after they were forced to completely demilitarize and become a complete trade nation.
Yep. But moving on into the world of dystopian fantasy.
Yeah. Still, my point still stands though.
Yeah, no, it actually still does. You find a British man. He has just finished trying to finish his treaties for the colonialization once more. No, yeah, there are a number of individuals, and although you don't know what Mr. Shiatori looks like, Mr. Shiatori knows what you look like, and you do attract an awful lot of attention. A man with a rather short cut hair. He's got like a little bit of a paunch to him, but he's wearing very nice clothing. He looks slightly less exhausted than some of the other people around him, so he's probably in management as opposed to worker underling. And he will raise an empty glass, wave towards the bar, and indicate that you come over. You can see as he waves toward the bar, a little flashing light beeps up, and a sphere materializes holographically. It looks like a big, shiny, blinky, smiley eye. It looks in your direction, and looks back towards him. You hear a little chime, and then some drinks are essentially being poured by a machine. A waiter grabs them and brings them over to the table.
Well, excellent. I turn on the full Sophie charm backed up by a 5 on my roll, and I'm gonna end up dragging him to his hotel room.
Yes, sure. Indeed, it was a A5. Would you like to? Because again, this is an advantage you get a free invoke of. You're still going to have to actually get him into the room.
Oh yeah.
It sounds very much like you're trying to flashily use your sexuality, so you're welcome to use it.
I mean, I already did.
That was to create an advantage. This is actually to overcome a situation, and that is getting Mr. Shiatori to bang you.
Oh, okay. So what is that? So how does advantage work with on top of
You can roll, and then when you see your result, you can choose to spend it to either re-roll or to add 2.
Oh, okay. I will simply add 2.
All right, excellent. And he is inebriated. Some legwork was done. You have spent this fate's neck. And Mr. Shiatori, good job, dude. You did the thing. Or is going to do the thing. He will escort you up to his room. Now, would you please kindly roll me a 1d4? Just an idle 1d4. Okay. The apartments then for the room rental for short-term uses. Shifty eyes are not exactly high up in the hotel, and he will escort you to the service lift. About the time that the lift's doors are shutting behind you, Sophie, you're just about to see your reindeer tall companion trotting in through the door and smiling warmly. This would be the second time that she's stopped by here for a few drinks, and actually one of the greeters recognizes her and gives her a very warm smile.
As they do.
Miss Caribou, will you be having another drink with us today?
Sure, why not?
Most wonderful. And indeed, yes, they will escort you to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are a tour, so sadly they still, and again they apologize, insisting that it is very, very hard to get in custom order Tauric chairs from the Canadian nations, but the United States of Canada. But they have cleared out a space for you and actually managed to get like a seating cushion for you to sit at the bar with.
Oh, how sweet.
Absolutely. Of course, I mean, you've been around here before, you've been pretty good to them. And the first time it was obviously very much a hard time.
Hmm. But I persevered.
Of course, of course. Of course, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Now, was the bartender hacked when you came in here the first time, or not?
I'm
I think so. Or like the hacking was done the first time we came in here.
I see. Okay then. So yes, you have seen the hacked bartender before. The little hologram will blink out of its spot, and then you hear, "Ah yes, Miss Caribou, a pleasure to see you again." And then there is a chime, and your first drink is brought up. One of the businessmen that sat like 2 chairs down from you frowns and looks up and is drunk and super. Hey, wait a second. She didn't pay for hers. To which the hologram will respond, "The Miss Caribou currently has a tab open." And he'll pause and go, "Alright, cool." And he'll look at you and go, "Let me know if do you want a drink recommendation. I know some good ones. It's particularly fun."
Thanks, but I know what I want.
Indeed. And your quote unquote regular drink has been already served up, and considering it's directly in front of you since a waiter didn't have to carry it, what is your common drink of choice?
Straight whiskey.
Absolutely. A Moscow Mule. No, not a joke drink. Well, the fucking Pets doesn't know alcohols to make drink jokes with.
Yeah, I don't drink.
But a Canadian centaur drinking straight whiskey is 100% correct. There were only a few correct answers, and you answered with one of them.
I figured.
The other answer, of course, was making up some kind of sci-fi cyberpunk cocktail name, and it just looks like a neon brain explosion.
Ah, yes, the quivering quasar, my favorite.
Exactly. A horse's neck.
I should have grabbed one from Valhalla.
Oh, Valhalla is such a good fucking game.
Yes,
The writer
gotta
for it
finish
is
it.
a lovely dude.
Hmm.
And yes, your drink arrives. It's going to take a little bit of time for your companion to finish scaling the roof, and a bit of time for Sophie to depants Mr. Shiratori and be turned into the beast with two backs temporarily.
Nice.
So you have an ability and the chance to possibly gain some information or accomplish something while you're here in the bar. What do you do?
And of course, every time my brain just goes blank.
Yep, such is the way of things. I could give you a couple of advices if you like, or indeed in fact, no, I won't. Your party members can possibly recommend things you do down there. Okay, I don't have to help.
What information do we need?
Well, I mean, you're there at the bar, right?
Yep.
You can literally just make small talk and find out, who's on shift, what's going on. Oh, my God, it's so unfortunate that your security man has having marital troubles. If only there was someone to comfort him.
Yeah, I'd love to know a little bit more about the security personnel right now.
Well, remember to ask about all the personnel,
Yeah,
Don't
of
be
course. Yeah, don't narrow. I'll just ask about.
don't be too curious about any single one.
Yeah.
But you gotta be the sympathetic Canadian ear.
Yeah.
Okay then. It sounds like you are trying to cleverly create another advantage.
Sounds like, yeah.
Would you like to provide a role?
I will. Yeah.
Right. And I'm afraid a 2 will not cut it. Would you like to try and make it up to 4 by calling in your advantage of the style fucking love you?
Let's do that.
Alrighty. Take away that fate's neck. And that one. Look at you guys immediately spending your advantages.
I mean,
That's what they're there for.
That is what they're there for.
yeah.
But you create a brand new advantage, and that is the penthouse security guard is a drunk.
Mm.
You also learn interesting things about the maids.
Mm.
Oh god, how did I get into Hong Kong and why did I go into security? Yeah. The reasons why for his drunkenness are probably not massively interesting, but you managed to make them feel welcome and important. Which is always important. So, while you are recovering this information, so how do you, like, confer between each other? What's your method of conversation? Or are you
Earpieces?
doing this blind? Well, like earless.
I think that those two have earpieces, and I have an actual, implant. So
Okay.
got
sure.
that wireless conversation, but obviously
I mean, I might have an
encrypted.
earpiece. You two both have an implant.
Yeah, I've got one of them little earpiece implants, which I would guess is being muted by our thief right about now, until I press the urgent button,
Sweet.
because
Get some Ghost in the Shell shit, yeah.
she doesn't want to hear that.
No, probably not.
Fucking prude number 2.
Canada took more organic approach with the
Yes, you have your gear is all clip-ons.
right.
Hey, mine just looks like an earring
Of course. Just gonna do that.
on my big old
Alright.
fluffy ears.
So, by the time this information has been gathered, Sophie, your companion arrives, and at the same time, Savin, or Tierna,
Huff, huff, huff.
you have made it to the top. The jacker cables hook these two buildings together. Space jacker cables.
Yeah, of course.
Got a tracker or a space jacker.
I know your references, madam. So yeah, Tierna will backflip up onto the roof and land on 3 points with her quarterstaff in the other hand. Sort of look around, ready for danger. Then remember, oh right, this is just a roof.
Yep.
hop
There is a very, very dangerous looking pigeon.
Got my eye on you, motherfucker. No, she'll actually, yeah, she will squint at the pigeon like I could eat that.
Okay.
Hey, man, squat
is
you
good.
squint at it. Would you like to try and create some kind of pigeon-based advantage? Would you like to try and overcome the pigeon?
I might attack the pigeon, but no.
Alright, the pigeon will defend you with forceful. It wins! You're bested by the pigeon and thrown off the building.
Squaw!
Oh no!
No, it's not gonna attack the pigeon. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over to these cables. Oh fuck, we're tied.
Alright, it's fine. Yeah, that means you have your staring contest. It continues unabated.
Aha!
You both stare each other down like, I'm fucking watching you. And it's also just fucking watching you.
So I got one eye on this foul, pudgy pigeon.
Foul.
Yes, the foul. And the other eye, I'm looking across the way onto the penthouse, and I'll tap my earpiece. Or no, not tap my earpiece. This is internal. Oh God. Sup, motherfucker. All right, so she'll activate her communications with a thought and ask the team, "Is everyone in position?"
More or less.
Well, I'm in the middle of something. What? Actually, more accurately, something's in the middle of me.
Lewd.
Lewd.
Oh, it's fine. He's so pent up. I'll be around in, I don't know, 2 minutes.
You hear like surprised Japanese shouting. He's just like he arrives. Which is
Lewd.
my favorite phrase at the moment. It's just so silly. It's like a sedate gentleman's way of describing mind-wrenching orgasm. I've arrived.
I'm arriving. I'm
I'm
arriving.
arriving. The train is never late.
I'm sorry. I'm a Japanese businessman. That was about 3 years worth of arrive.
No, don't worry, because as they say in Japan, the bullet train is the perfect timing. But it is also one of the fastest.
Yeah, Tierna will look across the way and say, "All right, I only need a few moments of this security AI's attention being diverted. Let me know when you're ready to commence." And she'll click off the comms, then return to staring down this pigeon.
All right, that
Shut up, you
sounds
smug
like a
bastard.
that sounds like a Charlotte problem to me.
Alright, so Charlotte, you have been asked to deal with the security AI, or at least distract it in some way. Now, you have the companionship of the bartender AI. You happen to have the
Yep.
aspect of his to call in, which is, I was hacked. But how do you want to go about interrupting the security system?
Uh, hmm. Yeah, well, I'm planning on getting him drunk.
I mean, he might already be drunk.
Yeah, if he's not, I'm gonna make him.
Very true.
Uh, hmm. I'd like to just get in there and get in there quietly and then smash the thing. Smash their a console they've got or whatever.
Okay, so you would like to locate an important looking security console and give it a good fucking smack.
Yep.
Okay then. You remember the security room, or at least one of the security rooms, is on the ground floor where you are. It
Mhm.
is like opposite side to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You could certainly have yourself a quick trot over there.
Yep.
All right. Now, are you doing so sneakily? Or are you doing so forcefully? Or how do you think how are you going to break this console? Or how are you going to get over there? Do you care about being seen?
I do care about being seen, so I think I'm gonna have to try to be sneaky to get over there, but then forcefully
Read
forcefully break it.
chat, you monster.
You could spill booze on a computer by accident. Sure, no, there are all sorts of ways to do it, but this was the way that was described.
Yeah,
Dear-
I mean, so
You're a well-loved Canadian. They'll never believe it was malicious. Just spill Tom Hortons over everything. Tim Hortons.
Tam Hortons.
It's okay. It's
My
okay.
favorite shop.
I'm sure Kanathis will forgive you.
yeah, I do got to be sneaky about this.
All right, so you are going to sneak over to the basically to the opposite side where the security room is, and try and spot a quick console, spot an easily reachable console. Please make a roll.
This is not gonna go well. I have a 0 in this.
Good go, okay.
Why?
Wow. So you can spend a fate point for a reroll if you if you want to, but you might just want to eat this failure.
I think I'll eat the failure.
Okay. I mean, I could roll lower than a -2. Because Pet's already started describing it, and I said very clearly that that's how that works.
Yeah, I know.
And I suggested this before he opened his mouth. Oh no.
Okay, so a guard sees you as you're walking over to the security console, and like, what, Miss Caribou, was it? Sorry, is this something we can help you with?
Yeah. I'm lost. Where's the elevator again?
He'll blink and be like, that elevator there is oh, of course, right, I imagine. I'm afraid that we don't have an elevator suited to your stature, Miss Caribou. I'm
Yes.
so sorry, but I'm afraid that you're going to have to take the stairs.
Oh. Sorry. I'll get out of there.
Yes. He'll nod and allow you to walk away from the security room.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes, there are stairs up to the penthouse, but it's going to take a while to get up there.
Well, good thing I'm faster than most.
You're right, you're faster than most people. Are you looking to actually create an advantage in getting to a place quickly?
Yes, why not?
Sounds like a smart use of a stern to mirror.
Yep, so this is gonna have a +2 on it.
Woo boy! Is that a minus?
Wow.
Yes, wow!
So I mean that comes to 0 with your stunt.
That
So how strong was your drink?
this
Apparently
is
too strong.
this is the point you want to spend a fate point on.
Would you like to spend
Yeah.
a fate point, or I could give you a cheeky little consequence?
I'm gonna spend the fate point
Okay.
and re-roll that.
Yep. Your own personal fate points recorded on your sheet. If you get extra ones, I'll throw you some fate snacks. Sorry, they're also recorded on your token, little blue bar.
Right. So let's re-roll that.
You mean astronomical odds? It's basically 1%.
I mean, yeah.
There we go.
It's much better, and this is
+2
with a
is
+2, so it's
6.
6. Okay, so the security guard watches you just sort of like trot, quote unquote, mournfully to the stairs as though you can't climb it, and you just go, ka-dunk, and then you are up those stairs. You are actually going to be able to, you're going to be past like the room Sophie's in by like a good measure, very, very quickly. Okay, so you're traveling quickly to create an advantage. I'm gonna assume that advantage has something to do with this penthouse security guard. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and invite him for a drink. Get him away from there.
Ah, okay. Alright, so you encounter, well, eventually you puff your way up. Like, it's a very long way to go quickly regardless. You got there fast, but you might be quite tired by this point, because holy shit, you ascended
Yeah.
some penthouse stairs. Sadly, Tierna is just sort of still perched on a wall with a pigeon for company. There are now multiple pigeons, and they're all staring at you.
Good news is, if it's that quick up, or if that's slow up, it's that slow down.
You've made a lot of friends while you've been up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Tina's just gonna take out like her cell phone or something and just have it make a really loud, obnoxious noise and scare off all the pigeons.
And yeah, sure, the pigeons all fly away. Except for the one staring pigeon, he always looks.
He is eternal.
A few of them land on the wires between the both of you.
Oh no.
And Sophie, you're probably like leaving your Mr. Shiratori's room, and you can like vaguely hear like clopping on the wind. And
Well,
Charlotte
yeah.
is just fucking pounding hoof to get up to the top of the penthouse.
While you're
I'm
pounding
going
hips.
to, you know, very calmly leave. Give him a little kiss. Make sure the bindings are taut.
Oh
Hey,
my.
yeah. Make sure the vibe is in its proper place, and tell him, you know what? It seems you're spent for now. I'll be back in a little bit.
Sure thing. You change out of your schoolgirl outfit and into your normal level leathers.
Hey, man. I know what Japanese men are into,
Yep. Very true.
and I'm just going to hummingly walk out of there with his key card for the elevator.
Very nice. He doesn't technically have an elevator keycard. He's a worker from another building who happens to be, you know, renting a fun room in this apartment. But his keycard will get you some places, but they would be guest locations. Of course, with Mr. Shiratori's identity.
Uh, sounds like more pain than it's worth. I'm just going to make my way up.
Alright then. You, on the other hand, are capable of using the lift. And hey, when you get to the lift, there's a little guest keycard for trying to get above the second set of floor. For, you know, obviously you can't go up into people's rooms if you're just here drinking. So, yeah, you can actually make use of Mr. Shiratori's card to go up the lifts.
Oh man, who'd have thunk it?
I know, right?
Well, he's got to get his refractory period back up, so I'm just going to go up to the top.
Alright then. You can't get all the way to the top in these lifts.
As far as I can.
Yes, you are a floor short of the penthouse level. There is another, like, you know, disabled person's lift that will take you up the remaining room, or there are some stairs, at which is a moderately flustered-looking Charlotte Caribou who is talking to a security guard. Now, this individual looks, he looks in, like, properly good shape, like an actual trained I can guard buildings motherfucker. There is an earpiece in place, a little walkie jack on his belt. You can see that he happens to have a neon-riddled shock rod resting on his belt, and probably a whole bunch of cyber deck shit, just like, you know, when you can see chrome plating around someone's like spine and up to the point where it's wrapping around their neck. There's plenty of that too. He looks like a grade A motherfucker. Miss Caribou, however, is aware that he is also a bit of lush. And what do you say to this guy in order to distract him away?
Are you talking to Winter?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm thinking exactly what to say.
Well, as always, your companions can certainly help you out with it.
I mean, I want to invite him down to the bar for another drink, but
Well, you do have prodigious cleavage because you're a centaur, right? You could just
yes.
reach into there and you could pull out a flask, and then you could start singing "Drink" by Ailstorm.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Just
All right.
challenge him to a drinking contest. It's fine.
Okay, so he seems surprised by like the massive Tauric woman who has turned up. First he speaks in first Japanese and then Chinese before he swaps to English. And as he speaks, you can see that like there's a little box that is translating what he says. So there's maybe like a half-second lag between him speaking and then English words coming out.
Okay.
How can I help you here, miss? I was not expecting a visitor to the penthouse at this point.
Hi, I'm Canadian and I want a drink. There you
Yeah,
go.
basically that. Let's go with
Alright.
that.
That sounds to me like a flashy thing to do.
In before winter is literally Sylvie from Tits.
Alright. And this guard is going to try to sense your ulterior motives. He's going to cleverly counter you. And just roll hot dog shit. Let's see here. I wonder if there's something I can try and use against you.
I mean, I'm sure that guard has some aspects relating to actually guarding things.
He does. He does have a guarding aspect. But that would only earn me 2, so I need to take another 2 away from...
Or you could reroll.
I could reroll, actually. You know what? Yes, I'm going to spend one of my Fate's Necks. Just throw that into the Fate's Neck pile over there. And he has an aspect that I'm not going to say out loud because that would be stupid. Try again, buddy. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's even worse.
Now I can't even just buy a +2 and also then just like just mass out Fate's Necks. No, okay, so no. He is he looks to the alcohol on your person and frowns and scratches the back of his head and looks you over, and you are an attractive, buxom foreigner. I suppose a drink wouldn't hurt. Okay. And yeah, he will accept your flask. You're guessing booty. Yeah, he takes a hearty swig from it. Is this also straight alcohol, or is this something else?
This is also straight whiskey.
Alright.
Are you sure it isn't like straight knockout poison or something?
I mean, it could be.
Because, I mean...
I do have that aspect. I carry everything.
And a tar like you know, you could take a little sip of that or something and just be fine, so lull this guy into a false sense of security.
Yeah, you do indeed have the aspect my saddlebags hold everything from duct tape to weaponry, so yeah, is this flask actually a weapon?
Why not?
Alright then, if you'd like to call that one in, then yes. Let's see here then. He's going to try and defend himself forcefully by not dying of poison. Well, presumably not dying, unless you literally are trying to just, like, kill this guy with, like, straight grains or something.
It's just gonna not... I'm just trying to knock him out.
Alright. He has no aspects related to getting date raped, sadly.
Oh god, that is what's happening here.
Yes, it is.
That's
But
happened so much in D&D.
He's got force.
Oh
my god, okay, so...
Wait, hold on. What's the attack roll on this? We gotta...
Yeah, can I get an attack roll, please, for you? This would be to cleverly attack him with a pretend alcohol.
Well, I don't think I can beat that. I've only got a +1 in clever.
Well, you could get straight pluses, and then we can start calling things in.
Yeah.
Here's where my dice went.
Or...
Well, we would just need to call in 2 things, so... You already have
a free
your...
call of the penthouse security guard as a drunk.
Yep, so we got that. That brings us up to 4.
Now, do you have anything you would like to spend a fate on and try and get him under? Indeed, would you like to try and figure out an aspect of his to try and use against him? Or create an advantage? Sophie is nearby, right? Would you like to try and help out?
Please do.
I mean, sure. I was gonna try not to be seen by more people, but yeah.
I mean, you could just come up behind him and knock him over the head when it looks like he might resist.
But I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah,
I went
fair
to
enough.
get another drink.
Okay.
I literally don't know what's going
That's
on.
fine. Charlotte went up to the guard, presented from her cleavage a flask that happened to contain some form of day rape drug, effectively. the guard was terrible at resisting her flirtatious ways, and then I spent a fate point to re-roll his one of his security guard related aspects in order to try again, and rolled even worse, so I couldn't even spend advantages in. And then when he actually knocked back the drink, I rolled hot straight fucking fire compared to a roll of a 2. So right now there is a 2 that is available from the penthouse security guard as a drunk, but another 2 needs to be created somehow.
Now, what are your
Well,
aspects, Winter?
Let's see. When nothing says ordnance like heavy ordnance, and when all else fails, nothing is as satisfying as a swift kick to the balls.
I mean, you can
Or,
That would possibly call that one in.
or Sophie can just come up and go shot, 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 shots, and have him drink another shot while being distracted by her bouncing in place, singing shots.
All right, that sounds like a...
Flashy.
No, in this case it would be clever.
Okay. How does this work?
Okay. Let's see here. Can he succeed at not failing to peer pressure? Now, if for some crazy reason you wanted, you could still try and pull in that penthouse security guard thing.
Well, no, he's a drunk.
He is a drunk,
Clearly,
but no, you're already intending to use that for +2, so you wouldn't really want to... What the fuck? All right, so yeah, he crumbles to peer pressure. He is overcome, and you create an advantage with a free call. And I'm not even going to bother writing it up because you're about to spend that and that other one.
Yep.
And that would be the penthouse security guard is a sucker for peer pressure. Don't forget you spend fate their pets for your aspects.
Right.
And yeah, he takes a drink and goes, "That's very strong." And then he's like, yeah, I can. And he knocks back again, and then you just watch the flask tumble out of his hands, spilling weird neon fluids to the carpet as he fucking takes a dunking dive. Thunk, thump.
Yes. And there you go. That's fate. That's fate for you.
Ah, yes, the date rape game.
Alright, now, a security guard has been incapacitated. Who wants to roll 4DF for me?
Pets.
I mean,
Mm,
okay.
Before we go too crazy, can't we just put him back in his room and set him up in a comfortable position, especially not one where he's laying on his back and might choke on his own vomit?
No. This is an unrelated thing. You can certainly do all that stuff. You can, I mean, there's no putting him in a room. He was standing guard outside a door to the penthouse. But you can certainly.
I rolled you the 4DF.
You rolled a 0 on the 4DF. Oh, man. Okay. So yeah, Sophie, as you're propping this guy up, you can see that there is a little chirping sound coming from his earpiece.
Oh. Okay. Do I hear anything? If I get
the chirping appears to be a caller button. Let's see here. So, I mean, you've seen earpieces like these before. They're a simple enough affair. You flick the switch and then you can talk. It looks like someone is hitting the urgent button to him and would like to speak to him. You can reach in and press the button or whatever you want.
Well, I'm assuming I can't sound like him. So I would also hate to get this poor guy fired. So let's just kind of drag him into a broom closet where he ostensibly won't be found by his superiors.
Okay. So you look around for a broom closet, and as you do so, the urgency, the urgent buzz chime happens maybe twice more before stopping.
Yeah, I have okay, so here's my question. Is it one of these things where if I press the earpiece thing, then like I'll hear a voice on the other end, it turns into like a walkie-talkie, or if it's like a pager, where you press a button and then people know, oh yeah, I received your urgent message. I'll be there shortly.
It's probably going to open a person-to-person dialogue. However, also, you're a smart enough person to know that if a guard immediately goes incapacitated and then perhaps 5 seconds later starts getting urgency chimes multiple times, there's a feeling that they're aware that something seems to have gone wrong.
Well, then we're just going to leave him where he is with a wiped off bottle of something that smells very, very alcoholic.
I will provide such bottle.
Okay.
That was my implication. And I'm gonna wipe off any fingerprints
All right.
and just
Excellent.
put it in his hands and just clasped over his chest.
Yep. And then Tierna will open on the comms.
We just knocked out the penthouse guard.
Shush, let's move.
What? Why are you doing that?
Beetle beep beep.
Thought you were going into the
I
penthouse.
didn't know. I don't know. I just
You need to
kind of-
disable the AI in charge, not the guy standing outside.
I will remind you that the the networky type security for the penthouse is on its own local circuit. That was mentioned before.
Okay, so now we can get in there and disable that.
Yeah, well, I thought someone else was doing that. I seduced a cutie and ended up on the floor where our moose butt was having fun with the guard. And
A
then we did
reindeer,
shots, and it was
thank you.
great. Oh, there are no reindeer in Canada.
That's racist.
That's factually true.
Oh, please, the indigenous reindeer have been a thing for 13 Neo years.
New Year's.
Next, you'll be telling me that Sophie can't be Western because she's a kitsune. Oh, wait. In any event, yeah.
Yeah,
There
There are definitely caribou in Canada. What are you talking about?
caribou aren't reindeer.
Yes, they are. I just looked at the Wikipedia page. The reindeer, also known as caribou in North America.
Yeah.
I always thought they were
Nope.
distinct. Oh, I thought they were like saying the difference between European and American buffalo,
Nope,
which are
it's
distinct subspecies. Oh
No,
well,
just names.
moving on.
Moving on, because no one's a cow, and that joke doesn't work.
Moo.
Yeah.
Moo.
Isn't like the security place downstairs though, and aren't we like super upstairs right now?
I'll repeat again, the security for the hotel itself is downstairs, but this penthouse is on its own security loop, as in, like, imagine a closed circuit. That's this building that you're looking at.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were talking about. Never mind.
The
Go
reason I
with
suggested
me.
you take out the security AI was because this would happen with the guard's earpiece going off, and the AI knows something's wrong.
AI or VI?
AI. There are 3 AIs: the bartender, the security, and the accountant.
Damn. Alright. Well, we've knocked out. Well, this guy's had a bit too much to drink. What a cutie. So, let's just try to move on. Because we've gone too far at this point.
Alright, just disable the alarms on the penthouse, and I'll be able to sneak inside.
Exactly. I know how to do that.
Would you like to cleverly create an advantage here? Say
Alright.
to, you know, turn off penthouse security? Or the security is turned off, or something along those lines?
Sure. So we've knocked out the biological security. I would like to use my aspect of sufficiently advanced science is no different from magic to disable the security around here.
Alright.
because I'm a magic fox.
Sure. Okay then. You can spin a fate and cleverly create the advantage that the security offers if you, succeed. I'm going to give you a. Let's see here. Give me a roll, and for every point over 3 is how many times you can invoke this advantage.
So, a clever is what I'm hearing.
Yep. Okay.
Goddamn.
The penthouse security
So that's 2
is
invocations.
disrupted. Correct.
Yeah.
You have 2 snacks. All right. What does it look like when you use your techno magic?
Well, my eyes glow a little bit, and I start tip-a-tapping with my gloved fingers against the panel. What, if to the layman, if they were to look at it, a bunch of sigils would be dancing around my hand as I was poking at a computer screen.
Awesome. Technomancer.
Also, how do you pronounce your name, Savin? Tierna?
Tierna.
Tierna, okay. Okay, Tierna, that should be a little bit to help.
Alright, going in.
Bang, bang,
And-
bang, bang, bang,
Yeah, she'll
bang,
shoot
bang.
the pigeons one last dirty look. Wretched little sky rats. And then she will jump off the roof, use her quarterstaff in its little baton form like a zip line, and just...
Okay, cool. These pigeons are gonna contest you.
Oh my god.
No, I'm fucking
How?
with you. I'm fucking with you. Instead, they are flapped off in alarm as you
Fuck
swoop,
you!
and then. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna ask for a roll as you zipline your way down to not smash yourself into a window or collide headfirst into something that might set off an alarm.
Yep. That sounds like quick to me.
Is it quick? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just ziplining across.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go quick.
Got any aspects you want to call in?
Whew, oh boy, do I. Well, I am half cyborg, half kitty, but all master thief. So I feel like those are 3 things that will probably help me to succeed in ziplining into a place.
Alright.
So I'll call on that to get myself a reroll. And it's a positive number.
All right, it's fine. Let's see here. So, what do you have? This is the sensor. All right, so you got to make up 3 points to beat the sensors as you come to collisions with this window.
Well, I'll tell you what. The penthouse security is disrupted. So,
That is very true. It takes you up to 3.
all right. And then let's see. A quarterstaff's not just for balancing, It's actually helping me out here. As soon as I get near the wall, I'm gonna let go of the line. I'm gonna pull it out into like staff form and just jab it into something and pole vault up onto the ledge where the roof is.
Okay then. You can pay and invoke, and
Yeah.
all right, your quarterstaff allows you to narrowly avoid crossing into a sensor wire.
Whew.
And then you are not flensed by autosec protocols.
It's turned into chunky meat paste.
Exactly. Like, all right, your companion has arrived in pieces against the window.
So, fucking, what's it called? The Resident Evil movie with the laser grid.
Yeah, the
Yes.
laser grid motion.
Oh, and yeah, that is totally what happens.
Brilliant. Pudding. Suddenly, person pudding.
All
Yeah,
right.
you managed to make it up. You can see the overhanging ledge with the hard security windows in it, and also from where you are, although there is a a one-way screen on these things, they don't work if you can press yourself up against them to look in. This is a weather one, not a actual one-way glass thing, because those are expensive.
Yeah, all right. I'll press myself up on it and look inside. Make sure this
Okay.
is the right place to be.
All right, you can see is a richly appointed penthouse suite. There is a little stand with what appears to be some kind of jewel encrusted something on top of it. It is nested inside some glass. You can see there are a number of comfy sofas, a hollow fireplace, and you can see that there's the little light indicators for music, like little bars rising and falling. Like you can see that in a rim across the ceiling of this room, so you can assume, although you can't hear it, that there is music playing inside. However, you see no people.
All right. Well, I am going to sneak my way inside and just melt the sealant on the window and slide them on up and quiet as a cat, just drop inside.
All right then, I'm going to roll the target with this the security system's sensors. That sounds like you're going to be trying to sneakily overcome.
Yeah, it sure is.
You gotta sneakily overcome a 2.
Well, that's easier said than done. See?
Okay.
Well,
You
the
have
good
a
news
free
is the
invitation.
penthouse security's been disrupted, so...
All right, that brings us to a tie.
And you know, the penthouse windows have a meltable seam, so that's how I'm able to get in here nice and quiet without tripping any alarms.
See, look at you guys. You did the thing.
Yeah,
You invoked the security thing.
God, No, that was for a different roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
You can only invoke a given aspect once per roll, not per
But this
scene.
was for a second type of roll.
Yep.
Yeah, you succeed. You can practically see where this damage resistant bulletproof fucking window rests flush with the actual sensor system for this building, and you are able to gently lift the window past it, just barely.
So, yeah.
When you cross the threshold, there's no drastic alarms, and also, you can hear a lot of street outside, but that is very different compared to what is effectively smooth techno jazz.
Ah,
The
yes.
smoothest, most relaxing techno jazz. For classy people.
Oh, well, good. That should mask my footsteps as I slip on down onto the floor and begin searching for this safe.
Sure thing. Now then, let's see here. In fact, I'm going to be trying to do a thing. To do a thing. There's going to be, we'll call it a group. And they are going to just be the worst. Okay. There is a chime from the hallway outside the penthouse where Sophie and Charlotte are. You can hear a soft boom boom of the elevators coming.
Oh no.
Oh my.
At the same time, Tierna, would you like to try and find these sweet, sweet safe things? I'm
Yeah.
sure you know where they tend to be.
Yeah, so she'll do that, and as she's working, she'll, use her internal comms, because obviously this is, something she has in her brain, so she doesn't have to actually speak words to use it. She'll
course.
tell the rest of the party, "All right, I'm inside. Make yourself scarce. I'll be out in a moment."
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Time to go.
let's see.
Come on, Charlotte. To the
Coming.
stairs.
Yep. Yep.
So, would you like me to roll sneaky or clever to suss
You
out?
know, you know where safes tend to be. Yeah, we'll go with clever. You literally need a 1.
Alright, well, again, that's easier said than done with my deck.
Wowee.
Y'all don't understand. I can't roll fate dice.
Next fucking level. Okay, so it's going to take you longer than it takes for these guards to arrive upstairs to find
Hold
the
on,
safe.
I have 1 fate point left.
Rad.
God, I am a half cyborg, half kitty, all master thief. I know where these goddamn things are, I swear.
All right, and you can just buy your way into a success.
Yup.
I was thinking, man, and some of these, like when I saw some of these initial rolls, I was like, have I set the target numbers for this building to
No,
too low?
no.
No, I haven't. I haven't really.
No, because you see, you haven't counted on Savin's dice. I can't roll fate dice at all. It's barely ever roll positive totals.
It's a really weird situation to be in.
Yeah, fucking
So strange.
great at d20s, but fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Alright.
don't seem. But yes, you will be able to locate the safe as people are arriving, and you guys are already descending the stairs. Are you going to just go all the way by stairs, or are you going by left as well, like or is Sophie going by the main lift?
Why, I am gonna go down the stairs until I get to my erstwhile lover's floor.
All right, excellent. You are making your way down the stairs
Downtown.
downtown. Tierna,
Mm-hmm.
you locate the safe. It's it was disguised as, you know, those little ice coolers, except it was nowhere near a champagne bottle thing. Dumb trick, you've seen it before. And when you pull the lid of this away, you can see that there is a safe. It appears to be a pretty common crypto safe, and your Mr. Johnson gave you the code to crack it.
Oh. Well. So is this the kind of safe that if I put in the wrong code, it's gonna, send an alarm or, lock me out?
Safes are known for their not wanting people to break into them. It probably gives you a couple of tries at putting the key in case you're too shit-faced and hit the pin, but if you do so, the safe will lock you out. And it has a little recall timer on it, so you're pretty sure if you lock yourself out, this safe will, physically hard lock its door for 24 hours.
Alright, well, I will attempt Mr. Johnson's password.
Okay. You put in his little crypto password, and
Mhm.
there is a muted doop, and the safe is open.
Amazing.
I know, right?
Alright, I will open her up.
Okay. Yeah, you
And
do
then
so.
it's a
There
mimic.
is there is a stack of little punch cards, and what you were probably looking for, which appears to be a jack disc. You know, cram them into a deck or into headwear, and it'll do an info dump into whatever that product is.
Sure. Did Mr. Johnson specify that I can't look inside?
It was not specified.
And, it'd be real nice of you to compel me to say, ooh, that's shiny.
You see, I already put that shiny trap in, but you aren't incorrect, and you were fateless. So you know what? Yeah, I'll gonna flip a fate snack out of my pile. Put you back up to 1 fate point. Yeah, you would love to have a look in this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, just immediately just pick that up, and so they'll just say to herself, well, the safest place to keep this is thick, right into the back of the neck.
Right. Now then, awesome. Yeah, that is a +3. Would you like to defend yourself against a brain jacking?
I sure would. Let's see. Well, this is information warfare, so I think clever probably applies.
Sure. You rattle out your stay out of my head Charles subroutine.
Yep, yep. All right, here we go. I just gotta roll. Just gotta roll zeros. Hey, I did the thing.
Okay. So the first thing you encounter on plugging this into your brain is a shit ton of black ice.
All right. Oh God.
That tends to be very aggressive security that does things like destroy stuff that isn't allowed to look at it. You avoid it, which is always nice.
Black ice. Jesus Christ. All right.
It's the worst kind of ice.
It's pretty terrible ice.
That's the kind of ice that actually kills you.
Yep, it is. It is a security protocol that is offensive as opposed to defensive. You plug it into something, and like a very aggressive virus, it will try its very damnedest to make whatever just plugged into it fucking dead.
Yeah.
You, however, have a little folder, and you essentially zip this black ice away. However, it is an aggressive subroutine, and it will make continued attempts at you. For now, you're okay. You have 1 round. I'm going to put in a little round counter now. I'm just going to line you guys up if that's all right with you. You guys are acting in the same fashion. You're acting in the same fashion. And let's see here.
I never get tired of looking at the fattest pigeon token.
It's a pretty great token.
I believe it's this. Oh, is there not a picture for hand sew? I kind of wanted that in.
Oh, there is. It's not in my token archive, but she sure has art.
But it is in
Sure,
mine.
no, she has art. Let's do it. It's fine. Alright, we'll
Hang
just borrow
on,
one
I
of these.
just need to find it. No, okay.
Alright, so you're doing combat with the fast pigeon. You should have known it was that all along, dude.
No, I was just saying that I have that art somewhere.
Yep.
Turns out, oh my god, what if all the pigeons were actually security drones?
I wouldn't confirm that. Why would I make you do rolls otherwise? Why would I do rolls against you? Why would I anything? It could just be
Why would you anything? That's a very deep question, Scott. I don't have an answer for you there.
It's one I ask myself every day as well. Why do I anything? The answer is usually because you can. Or because
I wasn't able to find the token, but I did link you the art if you wanted to token it
I'm
up.
too fucking lazy. Thank you very much, my dear. I shall token that some other time. But yes, so you guys are all able to act. In fact, we'll put the subroutine here. It is your turn to act. Savin, you have access to this information. Or more appropriately, the information would like to dump itself in your head, but that would stick the black ice in you, and you don't want that to happen. You could try and sift through it instead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a real quick skim of the information and see what the fuck this is. What's Mr. J here actually all about?
Okay. Mr. J.
Mr. J. Oh, Mr. J. Sure thing. That sounds like you are trying to cleverly attack this system.
Alright, sure. Boop.
Alright, and it will try to defend itself.
I have a wonderful stunt called Because I'm a Master Safecracker, I get a +2 bonus to overcome security systems.
Also, when trying to defeat security systems. Alright, yeah, sure. You can have a +2 to that. We break even, but that in this case, the status is not changing, which means it makes no progress in hacking your brain. However, you are not going to be grabbing any useful information straight away. I'll throw some snippets at you, of course. This would appear to be, as one would expect, prototype data. However, it definitely doesn't belong to this company.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, actually, you recognize a particular timestamp because you've come across it very recently. This would happen to belong to Gecko Senpai logos.
Ah, yes, I see a lizard wearing a schoolgirl's outfit.
Yep. All right. And now the crew. You guys are headed down the stairs, and the security has just gone, presumably, past you on the lift. Your friend has gone quiet. In fact, wait,
Sounds
since she's
good.
just plugged into her brain, you're probably hearing literally static from her earpiece.
Well, I'm sure she's fine.
Incidentally, you're probably aware that that's the same sound it would be making from a cybernetic implant if my head exploded or someone blew it off with a shotgun. I'm probably
But
fine.
I also can't link into your mind. So we're going to have to fall back for now. At least that's my thought. And by fall back, I mean fall back into the room.
All right, then. Yes, Charlotte, do you agree and start making your way back up the room?
Sure.
Well, because I'm just some girl who picked up a...
Who's watching Doctor Who?
That's Rick and Morty.
No one?
Oh, no, it's Rick and Morty even, sorry, yeah.
Same difference.
It's got a very similar chime to it, actually. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oh wait, of course I know what the security is themed after for this company. Just name. Flip. Okay then. So you are going to.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You are going to go upstairs at the same time, and when you get there, you discover a security force just getting off the lift. And now the ice is going to attempt its attack on you in this curious upside-down T shape that appears to have formed.
Alright.
The black ice will attack you again.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I'd like to cleverly defend myself, just throw up firewall after firewall after firewall to slow these
Alright.
bastards down.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Yep. I think I'm going to have to take some stress.
Alright then. I believe with your +2 that makes it 3.
Well, no, I can't.
Oh, yeah,
I can't defend with that stunt. I can just
yes, overcome.
try and overcome it. So
Overcome it,
yeah,
yes.
I'll just
So yes,
be taking 3 stress.
You're going to take 3 stress. Yeah. You feel like in meat space. Your eye starts twitching wildly, and you're pretty sure a blood vessel bursts behind your eye somewhere. But you're still kicking.
Am I able to move and interact with the world as this is going on, or am I locked in place?
You would be able to move around so much as a person with their eyes completely closed to move around the room.
Alright, yeah, I think she's just going to be retreating into the shadows or into a corner somewhere, so if security comes in, they don't just immediately see her.
Okay, sure.
And
yeah. Can you then? We are back at you. Can you make a sneaky sneak?
I guess let me ask the question: can I do this and also interact with the ice, or is it one or the other?
Can't make you can't tell your brain to do your body, to tell your body to do 2 different things at once. I'm afraid.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
You could, but I could put a consequence on you at the same time. That being,
No.
I am very distracted, and that will let you do both.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just gonna try and push through the ice here.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start breaking the code here. All I need to do is just figure out what the fuck this is. I just want a little information, Ice. Come on, give me a break here.
All right. Let's see your roll. Oh boy, but that one is a 3.
Yeah, that one's a 3.
It will.
So if you could roll a negative on your dice, that'd be great. Fuck.
Okay.
All right.
It sounds like you're in trouble here.
I would like to. I'd like to burn a fate point real quick.
Oh, okay.
Cause I've always got a high-tech gadget for the job, And in this case, clearly, when she slotted in that data chip, Tierna put it into like a external hard drive that's like clipped to the back of her neck, kind of like in Ghost in the Shell. And that extra little buffer is just going to get fried as she momentarily just drops her defenses against the ice and throws herself wholeheartedly at the defensive code, trying to just peel it away to see what this is.
All right.
So I have a 5.
Sure thing. A 5 is going to be enough. Let's see here. So, yeah, you attack and you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
The ice itself does not take damage, but what actually happens is that it's going to take consequences that make it tougher. So, sorry, that make it tougher to fight you. So I'm going to put it down as an advantage that you can call in.
All
Let's
right.
see here. There is a crack in the shell. And that has a free invoke in it. There's one free invoke, you only just succeeded.
All right. So do I
And I
learn?
believe you're now on 0 fate.
Yeah, I sure am. So do I learn anything?
Okay. Let's see here. Yes, you do. This would appear to be actually quite related to that prototype device that you got. It was a pretty sweet data card, but you actually hadn't really had any luck trying to, peel it apart. Well, you realize now that that piece of information you happened to gather was a... think of it like the trigger on a gun. And you happen to have that gun schematics. And it looks like it'll kill AI. And that is a big deal, because AI are thought of as basically immortal, because they exist everywhere. If you try and destroy an AI, it'll split a piece of itself off. It'll have to rebuild its identity again, but effectively it will rebuild the same way every time. This looks like it'll kill an AI.
Ooh. That's no bueno.
And now it is the group. So, there is a security group stood right in front of you at the lift. They see that there is a mysterious, sexy floof girl. And there is the charming Miss Caribou.
I'm on the stairs.
You guys, yeah, but the stairs comes out onto the same floor as the lift these guys are at, and I believe
right,
you went to head them off again. The
Yeah.
security come off the lift, and you go up the stairs, and hey, what do you know? You both are basically looking at each other. You can continue to just like barrel up the stairs, but they've seen you because they're on the same initiative as you. They will know that you've just hauled it past them and continue to go up to the penthouse floor.
Man, with my giant fox ears and I hear the bing bong, it would be a pity if I turned invisible.
Okay then. So for your action, you are going to be using your once per session to turn invisible to both synthetics and organics.
I am the foxiest of hounds.
Alright, Foxhound. Put a little ninja mask on you. Charlotte, your companion has turned invisible. There are a bunch of very confused-looking guards, and they are looking at you.
I
Remember,
just
you're
continue to
Canadian.
walk. I am Canadian, and I'm just gonna walk nonchalantly down the stairs.
Back down again? Okay.
So I thought we were getting out.
Your friend went dead air static on the comm, so you had to go back up towards her again. You've basically come out on the same floor as each other. You could just be like, actually, I've changed my mind. Double and open, fuck that bitch, and continue back and go back down again.
Do it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fine.
not-
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you see a number of very heavily armed people, and you're like, I'm Canadian, I'm going to go this way. Can you try to, let's see here. How does that sound?
Sneaky.
Careful.
It's probably sneaky. You're trying to do the, yeah. You're trying to just, well, okay.
Oh.
I mean, +2. I think I'm going to call in an aspect. Indeed, actually. Hey, Pets, would you like a fate snack?
Okay, sure.
Alright. So I'm going to get rid of my last fate snack. You gain a fate point.
That's not a... You don't lose your fate snicks when you...
Oh, it's just, it always gives them for those. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Dope. And I'm calling in, well, in compelling the fact that nothing says ordnance like heavy ordnance. There are a bunch of guards who are like, oh yeah, of course, ma'am, you can. And then a couple of them go, wait a second, look at that. And they realize that you're a pretty kitted out lady.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
So
a bunch of the security are going to approach you. Ma'am, we're going to have to ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure. What's wrong?
We have reasons to believe that there's a disruption. I'm going to have to ask you to submit yourself to the police force. If this is indeed an error, then there will be no issues here. However, we are going to have to continue our search of this location. We're going to require you to stand aside over here, and they will indicate a space next to the lift.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. We can test. Yes. How?
No, the situation has moved on.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stand over there then.
Yeah, they will ask you to stand over there. 2 guards are going to stand by your side, and they're going to. One of them pulls out some, like, you know, I don't know, chromium cuffs. It's made of strongest durachrome. That was it. Yeah, durachrome cuffs.
Polychrome.
Polychrome? Nah, polychrome's that stealth stuff. This is durachrome. It's
Oh, okay.
tying up transients.
I see.
Yeah. And yeah, they're going to try and snap the durachrome cuffs on you. At the same time, you can still see that 3 security guards are going to be making their way up the floor. Sophie, you turned invisible, but you can still move around a bit. Are you going to go up the stairs or help out your Tauric companion? She won't be cuffed this turn, but you know, you could move to assist her, create advantages and stuff, or move up to assist your other friend.
Well, I mean,
Or think of something totally genius. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, she's Canadian from the most well-liked country on the planet. So, they're not going to treat her rough, and she could probably just... And we can bust her out later. What I'm more worried about is the fact that I haven't heard anything from my friend, who has just gone radio silent, and, like, head crackly.
Yep. Okay, then. So you're going to continue up. You're going to be in the same order, but...
Can I talk my... Can I flashily talk my way out of the cuffs?
You can try next round. You have not been cuffed yet, technically.
Okay.
Yep. All right, and then it is the Ice's turn, and it's going to try and attack you again.
It sure is.
All right. I'm going to assume you want to call in that free advantage there to not get your brain stressed up, or in fact, you're going to take the stress point.
Yeah, I'll take a 1-point stress. That's fine.
All right. At the same time, that sensation of bursting blood vessels follows. There's like a dampness going down your upper lip now, and you're pretty sure you've got a nosebleed.
Okay, I found out what I need. Abort! Abort!
Yep, you would like to abort and presumably not carry the black ice with you.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna eject the chip.
All right. This is still going to be a cleverly overcome, because if you just try and yank that thing out, it's still gonna, you know, it's gonna leave a bunch of ice dumped in your brain, which is a bad idea.
Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, suck it.
Oh,
7.
all right.
Come get some ice.
Come on, then. Fucking, I nearly rose to the occasion right there. Yeah.
Right-click, safely eject.
I
I just shunt all that ice back in there and eject.
Do I want to spend this yet? I will to that fate for now. Okay. Yes, you are able to eject. The ice assaulting you is no longer on the list. However, as you do so and sweet reality returns to you, Sophie, the crackling stops. You can
I'm
hear a whole
alright.
bunch of very disconcerting sounds, like that of heavily booted footsteps making their way up the stairs, and the mumbled Canadian platitudes coming from one of your companions.
Well,
Alright.
see, I don't have the same kind of advanced, what is it called? Thought communication. So instead, I flick my ears in Morse code.
Your invisible ears.
What?
Click, click. Your invisible ears, they flip around in the air and it transmits a message.
Yep.
That's not a quick thing to do, so I imagine it's a very short burst. What do you send? One word.
Um. C caught.
You beat me to it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, C caught.
That's it. There you go.
And
That was your word.
Yep.
Okay, so that is what you got out, and it is then now actually your turn. So you can spend it trying to send more messages, but now everything is happening at once.
I assume I can flick my ears and move at the same time.
Correct. You're traveling up the stairs. You can send more message, but again, like Morse code is not fast. There is only so fast that ears can whip.
Yeah, send OMW.
Okay, so you can send an OMW. All right. So yeah, there are guards like basically like on the tips of your fluffy tails, rushing their way up into the next floor. It is only by liberty of the fact that they had to make for the stairs that you're ahead of them in the first place. What do you do? At the same
Well-
time, as well, sorry, because these are all three of these things are happening at the same time. At the same time as you coming to this decision, the security guards obviously intend to go up the stairs and rush into the room, and two of them intend to arrest Charlotte. No, go ahead, sorry.
Well, I'm not on the same floor as Charlotte, but I trust that she'll use her Canadian wiles to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I finally on? Savin is allergic to naming his characters in the chat, so let me scroll up.
What?
As in, you can see down there where everyone's changed their names, like they've put character name brackets,
You can
character name
just
brackets.
see on the sidebar.
Yeah, totally allergic to it. Alright, so I'm gonna
Tierna.
go up to her. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Tierna. Am I on her same floor?
You are on the same floor. If you stop moving, then a security guards are gonna bundle into your ass, which is going to reveal you, invisible or not.
But is the door open is the problem.
It was never opened.
Did you? I don't think you ever went into the security, like into the penthouse room itself.
Okay. So, I actually forgot how she came into the security room is my problem.
I went through the
She went in
windows.
through a window.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Just buy me around.
Oh, I am going to. So, the stairwell, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way I can? Are they coming? They're coming up the stairwell, not the elevator, because the elevator doesn't reach up here, right?
Correct. Yes, they are. If you're running up the stairs, invisible ahead of them, the only difference in distance between the two of you is that three other guards had to travel from the lift door to the staircase. So you literally have like 6 steps of lead on these guards who are right behind you.
Oh, only like 6 steps.
Yeah.
I would like to use sufficiently advanced science is no different from magic to on my way running past the penthouse door to fuse it shut.
Okay. All right then. You can certainly give that a go. I mean, that sounds like a. I believe you've used the word quick. Quickly do so.
Yep.
Yeah, give it a go. Overcome the situation. All right, and it will be contested by the security. We tie.
All
All
right.
I'm gonna.
I would
spend-
like to use my. I would like to spend my fate point to use energetic weaponry. I really like any weaponry that uses energy
Okay. Um.
because I'm shit at literally anything else. Anything that involves a knife fight, hacking, any of that, I'm not good at. But if you're talking about directed energy, well, I'm going to be pretty good at it.
Okay. So this will become a very visibly to them an attack on this door to seal it, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I imagine so.
All right. So the moment that you see the security system is going to fight you on like hard locking the door, you just blast it.
I try to make it so that the door fuses together.
All right. The security system has not got a protocol for stopping itself being hot welded to a door, although it begins to set fire to like the door frame itself because it's set in wood. But at the same time, whatever. Door is definitely stuck in place right now. And I'm going to create something for you that you can possibly call in. Holy shit, the door is on fire and stuck. And I'm going to put a fate snack in front of it.
Savin, I'm trying to help.
I appreciate it.
It's not too much help, but I set the door on fire. I hope that helped.
Okay, so I'm going to make a test to try and figure out an invisible fox girl just tried to hard lock their door because it's now suddenly on fire. Like that has occurred.
Yeah, I will accept that there was a shimmer in my fucking stealth boy.
Well, that and the fact that like an energy weapon did have to blast out of you.
Yeah.
You can't shoot invisi lasers, although that does sound cyberpunk tech chrome as fuck.
It does, but I basically just plasma gun the door. I get you.
Right, you guys. Like I'm only ever rolling their +2 stats, and I'm just struggling to crop a 1. All right. Would you like to roll too sneakily?
I would. Hmm. I would like to. Can I call in an aspect after I roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to call in my high aspect of being the trickster and the laughing floof. This is my Jimmy Jam.
All right. Yeah. All right. Spend your point. Be your floof.
Okay, I believe I've spent 2 so far. Do we have? Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have a thing on our?
Look at your token.
Oh, character. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Your character sheets have it. Your token itself has it. Yep, little blue bars. Indeed. 1 is a 2, and Savin's is indeed empty.
Yep.
Well, I was keeping track of it on a notepad.
That's fine.
Better this way.
Yep. For all to see. Okay then. At the same time as this, the security have failed their attempts to spot it. 3 of them are going to smash the door. No one is going to split off to try and chase you. And they're going to use forceful, which is their best stat, because of course it fucking is, they're thugs. Alright.
Is there any invocation as in I literally set the door on fire?
Yeah, you can see that one over there. It says, holy shit, the door is on fire and stuck. The door's target number was 2, so it brings it to a tie. And I'll have to spend a fate to crack this door open.
That's something.
Alright, so I'm going to do that.
Alright. So yeah, a burning door is indeed broken open, but that's only because I had to spend fate for their security guard aspect. Their other one that is related to ass kicking.
I'm sorry, Savin, I tried.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Depleting the GM's fate point reserves is just as valid as anything.
Yep. Especially since I really wanted to use it against you because you're quick.
Ow.
Okay. At the same time, also I would have really liked it for helping to arrest Miss Caribou, because I really would have liked to invoke some of her shit against her, like just continually invoking against her the fact that she's carrying a heavy arsenal.
Haha.
Oh well. Maybe you'll roll ass. So yes, these guards would actually like to slap some cuffs on you while they're telling you to sit there and wait. There are two of them in front of you. How do you intend to stop them? As far as they're concerned, right now you are compliant, and they will just put them on you if you don't pass whatever test it is you're trying.
I'm just gonna. Well, I was gonna Canadian
Oh, no,
sweet
it's
talk
give
my
fake,
way
which I
out
don't
of-
want to do.
What? Huh?
Yeah, sorry, no, I can do that, but also I have aspects on the guards for seeing through her bullshit. I have a way to make this as hard as possible, but I lose, a whole half of my ways of doing that without I'm a security guard aspect to
Of course.
pull out my ass.
I was just gonna Canadian sweet talk my way out of not having the handcuffs.
Alright, that sounds like a clever position to do, but you also happen to, let's see here. Oh, you don't have anything to go with it, but yeah, you can try to cleverly sweet talk them. Give me a test. Might roll ass. Ooh. You got anything you would like to try and invoke? You could just try and randomly guess what one of their aspects is and try and beat that. Give me a fate point.
I can do
Pretty
that.
pretty sure it works the other way. If you can guess a target's aspect and use it against them, I'll get their fate point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So would you like to try and guess an aspect and use it against them? It should be obvious. They're security guards, but you are going to have to, get the wording at least somewhat correct.
Hmm. Mine. Again, I'm drawing a blank. I do that a lot.
Yeah, I can help you. It's technically a very meta thing to be trying to do this, and then you turn it into roleplay afterwards.
Okay.
Well,
I mean-
they're thugs.
First of all, they're thugs. Second of all, in this game, can anyone have like positive aspects towards you, or is that how that works?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, so first of all, they work for the building, so they're dutiful. Second of all, you spent a good time getting into good relations with them, so you could probably try to spend.
Yeah.
That was an advantage that was created. It did not become an aspect on every single soldier in the
Oh.
building.
Okay,
That's
so it
true.
didn't become an aspect. All right.
That guy being a
so-
drunk actually has become an aspect on him, but also he's kind of out cold.
All right, so I wouldn't necessarily go for dutiful, but because this is a cyberpunk world, they want money, and money's good because they're in a dystopian future. So you could use the fact that basically they're paid goons to try to manipulate your way out of there. Especially because you're from a a proper country, what with your hope and dreams for the future.
Okay, so you're going to have to try and guess an aspect of theirs to use against them. So pick one.
So, can I bribe them?
They have no aspect related to money, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Holy shit, that's really weird for a cyberpunk game.
So you would think. When this is wrapped up, I'll show you what their aspects are, because they're actually painfully simple.
I'm gonna feel real bad about myself when you reveal them, aren't I?
I don't know, maybe?
Oh well, that just means next episode, Snippy, Savin, and I have to go and break out our giant tar butt.
Yep. So, are you going to actually try and attack them to get them to, not cuff you? You're gonna, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna try to resist right now.
Okay, they slap the cuffs on you.
Okay.
Alright then. And that is that turn. So, Tierna, you see three very heavily armored goons burst open the door. Your head is absolutely ringing, and everything tastes like, blech. The
I'm
world is
sorry,
still
I
sort of
tried.
reasserting itself as physical shapes.
Alright.
What now?
So... here's the question. We were supposed to get this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were we also supposed to plant something here?
Correct.
Okay.
You happen to have what looks like a broken off piece of hacking software, like the edge of someone's serial number on the edge of their deck, like if someone broke a casing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be, well hidden, like, something that, someone who did a cracking wouldn't actually just be like, oh shit, I broke off a bit here and left it.
Alright, so it's supposed to be well hidden. I think I'm just gonna go against that, and so they've obviously seen me, right? Because I was just sitting here. I didn't take that action to hide.
Correct.
So I'm gonna look at them, just like make eye contact, and then book it out of the room and jump out the window.
All right, excellent. You cheese it. So you are not leaving your thing behind, supposedly, at least.
I am. I'm gonna leave it behind, but I'm just gonna like, as I'm leaping through the window, I'm gonna crack it against the, excuse you, dog, against the window, so it looks like it actually broke off of my deck, right?
Oh, okay, sure.
So it looks like it was damaged in me jumping out, rather than like, oh, I broke it and then left it here by accident.
All right. I mean, it's going to be a test.
Yeah, the test to not get riddled with bullets as I leap out of a window.
Oh no! First of all, is whether they actually notice you doing this. So it sounds like you're trying to be clever.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll take that.
You're a master planner with a foolproof job.
Wow, the straight negs.
Yep, that's the second straight next we've seen this fucking session.
Yep, no straight positives.
No, I've gotten those.
Have you?
Pretty sure.
Alright, well, whatever. I succeed with style.
You succeed with style. Now, however, this is the first time someone has succeeded with style.
Yes, so let's see. What action was I taking there? I guess
you were effectively trying to overcome.
Alright,
you were setting the target number for their test of.
Right,
noticing
so
you do this
I
shit.
generate a boost, which I would like to call momentum, to get me the
sure.
fuck out of here as I jump out.
Okay, alright then. Let us see here. Sure. I'm going to make it so that just the target number of, sticking your landing on this, deadly wire between you and a plummet to
Oh no,
certain
I'm not
death.
gonna try and land there. I'm gonna jump out and like pull out a little grappling hook, because I've always got a high tech tool for the job.
Of course, of course.
Pull out a grappling gun and just pew, just swing away.
Alright then. You'll have +2 to this maneuver.
All right, I guess this is gonna be quick.
Yeah. I mean, you even use the phrase momentum. I feel like that's just, it's quick.
Yeah, 3, and I have no fate points, so we're sticking to it.
All right then.
Hi, dog.
Now there is something that if I hadn't failed so badly, I'm really sad about, and I would have given you a fate for it, and that would be to try and put Ooh Shiny on you because you had to run past something that looked like it was worth a shit ton of money.
Oh no. Shit.
Shiny gems and gold and silver encased in glass. But I didn't get the opportunity to do so. And it would have
That's
felt
fine.
disingenuous to just mention it offhandedly as you go past anyway.
I ooh-shinied the thing full
Yes,
of
you
black
did.
ice
You,
instead,
Yeah,
so...
instead, you Ooh Shinied yourself into a near-death situation. So, you know what? I can't complain.
Yeah.
I heavy ordnance my way into handcuffs.
This is true. Okay. And so I believe, my dears, that's where we're going to call this session to a close with your catfolk grapple hooking away to safety.
Yep.
While a bunch of security guards rush to the downed window. Sophie creeping her way back down the stairs invisibly, where presumably, you know, the field crackles to a nothingness like a couple flights down, but by then you're in safety zone where you can go and get back to the fucking.
Yeah, I kind of assumed it was one scene or one session thing.
Yep, it is a one session power, but at the same time, like it's not an endless kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can feel it fizzle out. The session is effectively done. And your companion is first they're going to like escort you by the lift, but instead they're going to walk you down the stairs, where they're going to have some questions for the sweet Miss Caribou.
I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But
I shouldn't have accepted the fate point. I didn't even use it.
You have to spend it to turn it off, though. So instead of gaining one, you'd have had to spend your way into what would have been 0.
Again, that would have been fine considering we're ending
Considering,
here.
yes, considering where
The
well,
good
this is a
news
short
is
shot. It ain't over.
The good news is I get to regain all my stress and fate points for next time when I black ice myself again, or God knows what.
Now here's the question: if you give yourself new aspects before the session begins proper, next time we join together for this, would that affect your refresh, or is it before?
If you give yourself new stunts, and it will affect your starting fate points. So, like, next time I could come in with 1 fate point and 2 more stunts, but obviously I'm not going to do that, because I'm really bad at rolling dice, and I need all the fate I can get.
Need all the fate you can get.
In fact, I need to change all my aspects to be shittier so I can get compelled on everything all the time.
Just so I can throw more shit at you.
Just please,
Yep.
please give me fate points. Just fucking make it rain.
Just make
Change-
it rain. Also turns out you got a hard drugs habit and even more.
Yeah, and
should
I got a
change one
bunch
of
of
my aspects.
dependents, and I'm in debt to the mafia, and it's just it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the only person to be caught by the fuzz was literally the person who it's easiest for her to talk her way out of.
Yeah, it would have been real bad if I got caught.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
the
I'm
people
going to
who are
change
going
one of
to
my
talk...
aspects to Canadian. 'Cause that
Alright,
came up
yeah,
way
go
more
for it.
often than I thought.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you have an aspect that you would like to add to yourself, you'll be able to do so at the start of the next session. But I suppose if you don't want to forget it, put it in now. You can give yourself a 4th aspect. Or you can change
Whoa.
one that already exists.
Yeah, seriously, just add Canadian.
I'll do you one better.
I mean, people won't take you seriously when you're talking about being violent and wanting to conquer anywhere, but no one will also ever assume that you're a violent monster.
That's true.
'Cause you're
Here, by the
Canadian,
way, since as well the people who are properly going to arrest her and interrogate her aren't going to have the same aspects. Here are their painfully simple "I'm a security guard in a hotel" aspects. I am a tough ass thug. I belong to Kehoe Corp, and getting fired would suck.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the 3 concepts.
To be fair, Savin did call in the "I'm a thug."
Yeah, that one was an obvious one. You're right.
Yeah.
You saw me use forceful with a +3. It was probably going to be an easy one to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But that would have been probably a hard one to utilize. But
Well,
So, my
I'm a
new
tough ass-
aspect... My
Thank
new aspect is
you.
Canadian, eh?
In
Of
any
course.
event,
Excellent.
thanks a lot, Scout. It
Yeah,
was
this
a
was
lot
so
of
much
fun.
fun.
Oh,
glad you
yeah, I
guys
loved
enjoyed
it.
It is a weird thing to be a DM and basically try to encourage you to argue with me.
All right.
This is
Well,
essentially what I was doing all game.
Well, I will probably see you guys day after tomorrow. With the exception of Savin.
And yeah, I'll buy stream. See you guys
Bark
later.
stream.
Thanks
Bark, bark,
for stopping by.
Yeah, have yourselves a lot of motherfucking good time.